schools participating in this football game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school board. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football game, is a voluntary, nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. The Arkansas Activities Association recognizes that athletes represent more than themselves in athletic competition. They represent their team, their fellow students, their teachers, and the community. Athletes who display good sportsmanship reflect high moral standards.
All right, welcome Hornet fans to Maumelle Hornet football presented by Natural State Sports. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Dio Vanucci and Cornerstone Home Lending. I want to personally give Dio and his team a huge thanks for their support and announce that Cornerstone will now be the official sponsor of Maumelle Hornet basketball for the 21-22 season. So please go see Dio for all your home lending needs. Text Dio to 36260 to get your home lending process started today. Coming up on the Maumelle Sports Network pregame show, we will preview tonight's first-round playoff matchup between the number 13 Maumelle Hornets and the number 2 Greenbrier Panthers and give you our 4 keys to a Hornet victory.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why, we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. That's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DIO to 36260 to get started today.
At American Pie Pizza, we use only the best and freshest ingredients to ensure the product we put on your table is at its peak for your enjoyment. Our pizzas are thin crust and considered by some as the best around. And as a locally owned small business, our goal has always been to provide a great product at a great price and give back to our local communities. This is why we are excited to be the host of Hornets Live every Tuesday night during football season. Come see us at 7 p.m. every Tuesday and get the latest scoop on your Hornets while enjoying the best pizza, salads, wings, and sandwiches in Central Arkansas. And don't forget about our daily lunch specials and trivia nights on Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. So come see us at 9709 Maumelle Boulevard. Call in your order at 501-758-8800. Order online at www.ampiepizza.com.
So you know how in the fourth quarter of a football game, when the game's on the line, it actually gets kind of stressful, and that's not how a home loan process should be. when you're a week away from closing, which is the fourth quarter, you shouldn't have stress. And that's what, at Cornerstone, we want to take away. We want that to be a stress-free experience for you. We want it to be that blowout victory.
Text DIO to 36260 to get started on the home mortgage process today.
All right, welcome back, Hornet fans, to the Maumelle Sports Network pregame show. And let me introduce you to the rest of our crew first. On our field camera is my buddy Matt Rush. Up on top of the press box, bracing this cold, windy weather, is my wife, Kristen Henson, and the man who makes it all run, our fantastic producer, William Watkins. And a special change for tonight's game. Joining me tonight, making his broadcast debut, is my partner, Jake Hall. Welcome, Jake.
Hey there, Steve. Good to be here. I'm just excited to watch some playoff football tonight.
Yeah, going to be a good one, man. We're happy to have you on, and appreciate you answering the last-second call to join us on the broadcast, since my buddy Andy decided that an Ole Miss Texas A&M game was more important than our Hornets. So I'll give him a hard time, though. You just get used to that. I'll give Andy all kinds of a hard time. He'll probably be texting me if he's even watching.
I think he might deserve it on this one.
He does. He had to miss Shreveport because he can't drive that far, and he's got one of those day jobs that pays him money or something. So. But we are live in Greenbrier at the home of the Panthers, Don Jones Stadium, for this first-round matchup in the 5A playoffs. And you're right. It doesn't get much better than this. The first round of this high school state playoffs. Last year we were before we took over as Maumelle Sports Network, we were, our parent company, Natural State Sports, we were doing Game of the Week broadcasts, and we actually got to do the first round, which was technically, because of COVID last year, it was a play-in game. Got to do a play-in game between Maumelle and Nettleton. Maumelle got the win before moving on to their actual first-round matchup with Wynn last year, so which could be a familiar matchup, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. But so excited to be here tonight and excited for football weather. Like I said, I know our camera folks aren't overly excited. Early in the week when I was reaching out to the AD here, Stephen Wood, I asked him, I said, are you going to have room for us? And he said, well, we got one of two choices. You're either going to have a spot in the press box, or we're going to have to put you up on top of the press box like we had to do Valonia last week. And I said, well, let's hope that we're inside, because temperatures are going to get down in the 30s tonight. It's going to be a cold one.
For everybody watching, that if you haven't been outside in the past hour, it's dropped about 10, 15 degrees.
Yeah, that wind picked up around 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon, and now that the sun's gone down, it is brutally cold. So this is going to be a good one. Maumelle ranked number 13 in 5A. I think if you listened to – that was loud. So I think if you listened to if you listen to the guys on Drive Time Sports with Randy Rainwater and Barry Grooms and those guys on your way to the football games tonight, or sitting around waiting for this game to start, I think a lot of people are talking about Maumelle as maybe a trendy upset pick in 5A this week. We know just how good this Maumelle team can be. The athletes on this team, obviously, 2 Razorback commits, some guys that have got some opportunities at some smaller places. So a number 13 ranking in 5A could be quite deceiving. But I think the number one issue for this Maumelle team this year has been they just haven't finished games. And so here we are in the playoffs. Now's the best time to start finishing games. Absolutely.
And with Maumelle, they play in the toughest conference, like top to bottom in the state, I would say. Yeah. And so it's really hard to judge them by that number 13 next to their name, you know what I mean? But Greenbrier, probably hearing that it's a possible upset, their coach is getting them ready to make sure that does not happen.
Yeah, and I think that was a question too. I mean, Horton and I talked about it on Hornets Live on Tuesday. They played a very emotional game last week. The Governor's Cup, a big Faulkner County showdown between them and Valonia, obviously for the conference title to remain undefeated. Huge emotional game. A lot of emotion was brought out in that game, and we'll see if it has any impact on them. This is a Maumelle team that at times has started slow. So this is a game where, like against Watson Chapel last week, put up 28 points in the first quarter. Obviously, Greenbrier's a much different opponent than what Watson Chapel brings, but the same idea. If this is a team that's maybe got a little hangover from last week, jump on them early and get things going early and get some confidence on your offense.
It's easy to be on a hangover with the emotions running so high the week before. So coming into this week, let's just see if they have come down or if they're still up high like that.
Yeah, Coach Tribble's a good one. Coach Tribble coached in college. He's got experience across most levels of football, and so you figure he'll have his guys ready. If this was a regular season game, I might be a little more like, yeah, hey, maybe they'll have a hangover. But this is the playoffs. You don't go 10-0 in the regular season, be number 2 in the state in 5A, and then sleepwalk through your first round. Teams do it, but you wouldn't expect it out of this Greenbrier team. They're a really good program.
You know, but being in this in the 5A right now, it's if there's a conference where you might get snuck up on, it's the 5A. They're just top to bottom. There are just some stellar teams, top to bottom.
Well, and you're right, and you bring up a good point. You know, the 5A West really is a little down. I mean, outside of Valonia and Greenbrier, who are running things right now, the rest of the conference is, I mean, we look across the rest of the teams. I mean, that's where Central's matched up with them. I think everybody pretty well expects Whitehall to handle business against Farmington tonight, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But I think also, obviously, Little Rock Christian travels to the number 2 team in 4A or in 5A in the 5A West, Valonia, and I think a lot of people expect Little Rock Christian to win that game. So. You're right. The Central is we've talked about it. We kind of call it the SEC West of Arkansas high school football, especially of 5A, because it's just such a competitive conference. And we'll talk some more throughout the game because it's only going to get more competitive. I was talking to Coach on the sidelines a little bit ago. We've got some insight as to what we're looking like next year. And let's just say trading PA and Little Rock Christian's nice, but what we're going to be bringing into 5A Central next year is going to be interesting.
It's not going to get any easier.
It is not. And so you lose 2 really good teams, but you're going to add 4 really good teams. So it's kind of it's not a great switch or not a great trade-off. Maumelle does lead the all-time series 4 games to 2. And Maumelle averaging around 180 yards passing a game, 170 on the ground, although the last 3 games, they've really ran the ball much better with Jesse Knight being there since week 5. He's been a big difference maker. This Greenbrier offense, though, is legit. 200 yards through the air per game. Cooper Wilcox is a dangerous weapon at quarterback. And then a little over 250 per game on the ground. And Nick Hewitt's a guy that's really going to drive the bus in the running game along with Wilcox. So we'll jump over to our Heart of Grace Outdoors 4 keys to victory. We are about 17 minutes from kickoff. And, the last few weeks for Andy and I, we've talked about this and we've said start fast. This team's got to start fast. Well, I feel like they've figured that out. And for me, we've got to go back. You weren't here with us, Jake, but you've kind of went back and seen some of the things that Maumelle's done throughout this year. Early in the season, we lost 4 straight games by 14 total points. And the difference back then, the big game against Sylvan Hills, you and I talked about it in pregame before we got on the air, against Sylvan Hills, I think we had 6 turnovers in that game, a fumble recovery for a touchdown. I think we had 3 interceptions in the first half. I mean, it was a game that we really played well. Same thing in the Robinson game before we let that one slip away. A lot of turnovers. Defense played really well. We've got to get back to that in this game. Early in the season, that's when this defense was playing the best, and we need that defense, that very opportunistic, turnover-forcing defense back tonight.
I really think defense is going to be a huge part of this game. Whichever team's defense comes out the strongest, I really think will probably have the best chance to win the game, because both offenses can move the ball and get into the end zone. So whoever's defense plays the best is probably going to come out the winner on this one.
Well, I'll tell you, I talked to Coach Horton Tuesday night, and one of the things that I said to him, and really it was in the show, and as I was saying it, his face kind of got this look on his face when I said, I feel like this is one of those games that could be a really high-scoring game, and, first one to 50 or something like that, and he just I think he feels pretty good about where the defenses are in this game, and this may not be a game like that. So I'm curious to see. I mean, Greenbrier, I think if I remember right, Greenbrier had to score like 75 points in their first-round game last year to beat Magnolia. So this is a team, obviously different team last year, but a team that can score and can get the ball up and down the field. And that'll bring us to our second key to this one, control that Greenbrier rushing attack. It's a tall task. Again, 250 or so yards per game, but it's something the Hornets have got to do to pull off the upset. Nick Hewitt, you and I have talked about him, very strong runner, hard to tackle, and it's really going to take the Hornets swarming to the ball to ensure they get him down at first contact.
Yeah, he's just a true ball player. And, it's funny because if you look at the rushing stats, Wilcox actually leads the team in rushing. So it's kind of strange to talk this highly about Nick Hewitt, but he is just a true ball player. He's hard to bring down, and he plays both sides of the ball. So we'll just see how Maumelle tackles tonight to see if it works out.
Absolutely. All right, I think we're going to go to the national anthem, so we'll go down to our field, Cam, and we will get our national anthem going, and we'll be back with you here in just a minute to finish up our 4 keys to victory.
Thank you. And now, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now our high school band will play the national anthem.
All right, we are back. Great job there with the Greenbrier Panther band on the national anthem. And we got the pregame prayer going right now, so we'll let them get through that. All right, so our third key to this one, brought to you by Heart of Grace Outdoors, consistency on offense. I was talking to Horton on Tuesday night, and he seems to have some excitement about some things that they could do in this one, and hopefully that leads to some early confidence for the offense. And I know talking to him Tuesday, he said that, he saw some things. I think Horton, his entire staff, and about 15 players actually came up to the Valonia game last Friday night. And he said, we saw some things that I think he thinks he's going to be able to surprise Greenbrier tonight.
Well, having that extra week to prepare for Greenbrier is just really big for this Maumelle team, and they really get the ball. If they get the ball moving on the ground, it kind of opens up the rest of the offense for them to start moving around and doing different things. So I'm really excited to see what they have going tonight.
And you make a good point. I know that we talked a little bit about this before we went on the air, but the wind is. I was afraid it could be an issue. I know against PA and even sometimes against Watson Chapel. Weston had some issues trying to throw into that wind. The wind does look like it's died down quite a bit tonight, so I think that's going to be a big plus for the offense. Our fourth key, feed Jesse Knight. We say it every week. The kid just continues to do things every week that impresses us. Jesse, and really this entire Hornet team is coming off their best game of the season in Week 9 against Watson Chapel. Knight over 200 yards rushing, 76 yards receiving, an interception on defense. He's averaging over almost 200 yards all-purpose per game since being moved into the running back rotation. Against Valonia, Greenbrier was able to stay in that three-man front, and you and I talked about a little bit of that, Jake, where they seem to like to be in the four down, but against Valonia they went three-man front. And to me, if they try to stick with that three-man tonight, I think Jesse's going to have a lot of success.
I think it would be a bad decision on their part if they would go for the three-man down lineman. I just don't think it's going to work against these guys because Jesse Knight is just such an exciting player to watch, and so I just think he could have a potentially big game if they stick with the three-down lineman.
Absolutely. Heart of Grace Outdoors is the place to go for your 4 keys to victory on the water. Our good friend Wes Roberts is finalizing his upcoming tournament schedule, and Natural State Sports will be there to follow all the action. So head over to Facebook and like Heart of Grace Outdoors to stay up to date. So I'm going to go through. We're about 9 minutes from kickoff, and I want to give you 5 games to watch tonight. And I'll tell you, I don't know that any conference has better matchups than 5A right now, and I mean, that's kind of what you expect. 7A, your best teams get the bye, and so you really don't see the best teams play in week 1 of the playoffs, and so you see some blowouts. I think 4A also, you've got such a wide 2, 3, and 4A. You have so many teams in that you do see some blowouts. We've already seen Bigelow, I think, was favored by 50. I think Mineral Springs just said, you know what, we're not going to play. So they forfeited tonight. So Bigelow is going to get that victory and move on almost like a bye week. But I'm going to start in 7A, and I know you've got another one that we'll talk about throughout the game, but this one's pretty intriguing to me. Number 7, Northside. Number 9, Bentonville West. Northside has played some of these really good teams in 7A strong. They played Bryant really strong this year. They played North Little Rock extremely strong at their place. So I'm curious to see, and again, I know Northside when we say the Central because they're way up in the West, in the Northwest. But, a few years ago, we all talked about how good the football was in Northwest Arkansas. And suddenly now that Bryant has really taken off, we see all of the talent really being in Central Arkansas. And we see that here. I mean, Bentonville's a good squad. But I don't know that anybody in the West has got the firepower to hang out with anybody in the Central. And I think Northside's defense will be the difference tonight in that game.
It really felt like there was just a long stretch there where it was just Northwest Arkansas just kind of ran high school football in the state. But I think North Little Rock kind of opened the door for the Central teams to start getting better, and then all of a sudden Bryant started getting good, and now it seems like Central's kind of the king of the roost over here.
Yeah. It's funny. You and I are Bryant grads, 15 years apart, but we're both Bryant grads, and I tell you, Bryant's always had that potential. Everybody knows that Bryant's a great community, a large community. You get a lot of kids out of, Southwest Little Rock that end up coming into Bryant. You got the great Benton-Bryant rivalry, and so it's always been fun. But Bryant has always kind of been one coach away, it felt like. Back when I was there, we had Coach Callie, and Coach Callie was great, or Coach Patton was great, but he just never could get over that hump. Callie never seemed to be able to get over that hump. Buck James is a guy that's he's turned that thing into something totally different, and it's a lot of fun to watch. And we'll get to talk about them hopefully next week, but that Northside Bentonville game should be really good. The other game that I'm really interested in, and we're going to stick with the 5A for the next couple, number 6 Little Rock Christian travels to number 5 Valonia. And let's just be real. We're going to find out if Valonia is real or not. We're going to find out if 9-1 Valonia is a real program because Little Rock Christian's no joke.
Well, Greenbrier held Valonia to their lowest scoring game all season long. So let's just see if they have a good bounce back game for this week because their offense is exciting. But if they take that blueprint that Greenbrier gave them, Little Rock Christian does, then they might be shut out again.
I think Walker White and Dyer Jones have big, big games for Little Rock Christian tonight. Even though that thing is at Valonia, maybe it's biased in me, but I like Little Rock Christian to really roll in that one. Another one, and I find this one interesting because this is that difference between how good the West is and how good the Central is. Whitehall's so confident that they're going to get a victory in this game that they've already rescheduled a basketball game with us. We were supposed to play them next Friday night. They said, no, we're hosting a home playoff game in football, so we're going to have to play you guys in January. So they're so confident that they're getting past this game that they're all ready for next week. Farmington's a good team. But I think Farmington lost to Greenbrier and also Valonia, the top 2 teams in the West, by mercy rule scores. So, again, you see the difference, and that's a 2-3 matchup. And so I'm interested to see just how good Whitehall is. Hopefully they don't overlook them. It's a long drive from Farmington down to Whitehall, Arkansas, so we'll see how that works out. But I do tend to think that Whitehall will probably roll in that one.
Whitehall's a tough team, so I really think that they're probably going to prevail in that one for sure.
Yeah. The mystery team of the season. We got to see these guys last year, totally different, obviously, with COVID. But Hot Springs Lakeside is a team. You got Braylon Russell, great running back, committed to the Hogs, a sophomore. It just is strange to me that Lakeside is the 14th ranked team in the state and that they don't feed Braylon Russell more. And we'll see what McBride and another Bryant name, we'll see what Coach McBride can do at Lakeside in that ball game tonight. But they take on a win team that Maumelle is very familiar with. This is a win team that I think we've matched up with each of the last 5 times we've been in the playoffs. We win this one, wins that one. We travel to win next week. And so it'll be interesting to see. I'm curious to see how that game goes. I wouldn't mind headed down to Hot Springs Lakeside instead of having to drive all the way to win next week. I know Will would love that idea as an Hot Springs guy. So we'll see how that works out. But we got to take care of business here tonight. The other one that I'm interested about, and the only reason I'm interested about this game is because Robinson is my pick to win the 4A. They've impressed me. Their only loss on the season was to PA. That was the game before we played them. We had them down 20 in the fourth quarter. They came back, obviously, beat us in overtime, and they've just gotten better since inserting Jack Cleveland into the starting role at quarterback. And I'm excited about it. I think they win that game. Mills is a Mills is an interesting story this year. They've made some noise in 5A, but this Robinson, or in 4A, sorry, but this Robinson team's really, really good.
They're a team of fighters, and I really think that they're going to really fight tough in this set of playoffs this year.
All right, so we are about 4 minutes from our kickoff as the captains make their way to midfield, and we'll go down to the 50-yard line with Matt and get our coin toss. All right, we're back as the Hornets have won the toss and deferred to the second half, right? I totally missed that, but I think that's what I just heard. All right, let's get to our Hornets Live starting lineups. All right, starting on the offensive side of the ball, left tackle, Andrew Chambly. Left guard, Kelby Forte. Center, Braden Yancey. Right guard, Caleb Stroud. And right tackle, Kevin Hamilton. Oh, they have light shows here too. Starting at wide receiver, number 6, Roderick Watts. Number 7, Hunter Speck. And at tight end will be Amari Rogers. And then in the backfield, Jesse Knight will garner the start with Jason Crawford backing him up. And, of course, Weston Pierce at QB1. On the defensive side, on the defensive line, Hog commit Nico Davier, C.J. Murphy, and Jordan Harrison. At linebacker, it'll be Skylar McClure, James Whitley, Karsten Hilliard, and Matthew McGarrah. And then in the back end will be Caleb Epperson, Jesse Knight, Max Pace, and Alan Timmons. And those are your Hornets Live starters for this one, and it is very dark on this field.
I was watching their broadcast for last week, and I don't know, I saw some guys that were saying something about how special these lights were. There was something different about the lights where they can do something like this.
Well, I'll tell you, we did Little Rock Christian at their place, and they actually have the LEDs that flash different colors and off and on, like like at Bama and different places have. It's pretty impressive.
No, that's pretty impressive for sure.
They did it in pregame, and it'll throw you. I thought the lights went out in the middle of the game, and then I can't remember his name. Their defensive tackle made a big play in the backfield, and they just all the lights went out, started flashing in the middle of the play. It was wild. Not sure how they allow that, but it happened, and it was interesting. So the Hornets are out on the field, and we're ready to get to some football here tonight from Greenbrier. And we get to see the defense on the field to start this one. So I'm excited to see just how well this Hornet team can come out and play on defense. Oh, man. All right, make sure these rosters are in front of us, and we're ready to go. A few changes tonight. Number 12, who's typically Paxton Compton, the backup quarterback, will not be playing for the Hornets tonight. He's had to go on a family vacation. And so replacing him tonight is Horton has brought up 9th grader B.J. Beats, and I'm excited to see number 12 on the field tonight. We'll see how much time he gets. I know he would play if anything were to happen to QB1, but I am excited to see.
You know, he's an interesting guy to pull up from the 9th grade, and I'm really excited. Maybe he might make a little noise tonight. Who knows?
Yeah, there's an opportunity. And then another guy, junior, Christian Clay. He'll be wearing 21. Christian's a kid that transferred here from Conway. He's actually been here all year, but we finally got him cleared, got all his stuff ready to go, and Horton decided to put him on the roster for the playoffs.
That sounds like a good idea on his part. He must be showing something good if he's going to put him on the roster for the playoffs.
So Kemp will try this little pop kick. It bounces. It's going to be picked up, and the Hornets are all over him right off the bat. That's Max Pace down there bringing him down. I believe that was number 21, Thatcher Strack, on the return. No, 31.
So it looks like they did a little pooch kick, trying to keep it from, I guess, whoever their main returner is back there.
Yeah, early in the year we had some issues with allowing big returns. I know that Bird got us early, Valonia got us on a punt return early, and so they've really employed Braden Kemp, number 19, has come out and really kind of perfected that little pooch kick there into the kind of the void of the return team. So it's worked out. All right, so here we go. We're going to get to see this offense in action. Cooper Wilcox, the quarterback, Hewitt, the running back. Motion man, and Wilcox runs straight to the right. Nico right there on top of him. Brookhagen with him, and they'll pull him down for a 3-yard loss.
That's what they're going to want to do if they want to win this game tonight. Make them run side to side. Don't let them get up north.
Nico already making an impact here early. Big play there for Nico. Loss of 3 on the play. Bring up a 2nd down and 13, and that's what you want. Get this running team behind the sticks here early. 28 is a number I don't have on our roster, so I'm not sure on that one. Was the motion man. Hewitt's the motion man this time. Empty set. It's going to be a false start. So a PI roofing penalty is be our first one of the night. It's going to be accepted, and that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 18.
Keeping Greenbrier out of these 3rd and short situations is going to be really key for the Maumelle Hornets tonight.
I agree with as athletic as Wilcox is, and really as big and tough a runner as Hewitt is. You're right. Those are big pieces. But this is exactly what the Hornets wanted to hear, at least the first 2 plays of this thing, 2nd and 18 to start things off. They'll run the same set, empty it out with Wilcox to the left. It looked like false start again. They get away with it. They're going to throw the screen pass. Jesse trying to run him down. The Hornets are there, though, and they'll push him out of bounds. Give him maybe 6, and they'll get back near the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 11, we'll make it 12 as they spot it.
I thought they were about to give him a better spot right there, but they backed it up a little bit.
We've been the unfortunate beneficiary of some interesting spots this season, and so hopefully let's not start that here early. So 3rd down, big 3rd down here, 3rd and 12 for Greenbrier. Wilcox gets the snap, fakes it. He looks to his right. Hornets trying to bring pressure. Now throw up over the middle. Got a man open, makes the catch. That is number 8, Jacob Mathis. And he makes the catch all the way out to the 48-yard line. That'll be a 1st down for the Panthers.
Nico was almost back there. We've got to try to get some pressure on him and don't let him stand in the pocket so calm like that.
Absolutely. So 3rd down now, or 1st down, sorry, for Greenbrier. 3rd down has been a thorn in our side this year. They're going to give this one to Hewitt. Hewitt's got some room. Good blocks to the left side. And brought down by Murphy at the end of that play. Tripped up Mosby there as well, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard gain. Gabe Rowe enters the game, as well as 28, who we don't have a number for or a name for on 28. I'm going to look at my original roster in a minute and make sure I didn't miss one. So Wilcox. They'll hand this one to the right side. That's a new run. No, that's Hewitt again, and Hewitt's got enough for the 1st down as he gets 6, maybe 7, out to the 41-yard line, and that'll be another Panther 1st down.
He is tough to bring down, especially with this cold weather. Those pops are going to be stinging tonight.
Strong legs. You can see it, and the lower body is just really impressive for Nick Hewitt. Senior for this Greenbrier team, great ball player, and he looks like a football player. Those legs look like a football player down there. So Wilcox now, he'll be empty set, 5 wide receivers. He'll take the snap, straight run to the left side. Trying to get around Harrison. Now cuts back inside. He gets met. That is Whitley on the tackle. But they'll get about 5 on this one and bring up 2nd down and 5. If Greenbrier can run power and get 5 at a time, it's going to be a long night for the Hornets.
58 was also in there. Jordan Harrison, 2nd down.
I don't even know why we need me for play-by-play. Our PA guy, I think you guys can hear him just fine. Wilcox again, empty set, barking out the cadence. Now he'll look to his right. Got his man hit there by Knight. Good defense by Jesse Knight.
Oh, I thought he was about to jump that wide receiver right there. Just a hair sooner, I think he's taking that for 6.
I think the Greenbrier fans wanted a Mississippi State-type call there. A little early, they thought Jesse was, but Jesse got there right as the ball arrived. Good play to break that one up. Bring up 3rd and 5, and the Hornets need to get some pressure here and get off the field on 3rd down. 3rd down's been a tough down for the Hornets this year. So Wilcox, Hewitt in the pistol behind him. Trying to get the Hornets to jump. Now they'll snap. He's looking left all the way, throws the fade pattern, got his man, got a step, and bobbled, dropped, and now they throw the late flag. I think they're going to get a hold on Timmons. I wasn't sure if they were going to throw it, as Timmons had a little bit of him. It's a bit of maybe a ticky-tack call, but it's probably the right call, and that's going to be an automatic 1st down for the Panthers.
You know, it was closer to their sideline, you know what I mean? And so I see how he makes that call right there.
It was funny because if you watch the official, I think if he catches it, he's not throwing that flag. But in the minute that he dropped it and the fans reacted a little bit, he threw the flag. And I thought Timmons had pretty good coverage. He did get a step on him. Timmons may have got a grab of the jersey to slow him down. But either way, 15-yard penalty, as the PI roofing penalty is a pass interference, and that'll be another first down for the Panthers and another third down conversion. So 28 is in the backfield now along with Hewitt and Wilcox at quarterback. Cooper gets the snap. He'll hand this one away to Hewitt. Hewitt finds a little seam in the middle, but it's closed up quickly at the 20-yard line. Give him maybe 3 to the 19.
That's what you're going to have to do if you want to slow this guy down. Just make sure he doesn't get running up north and south.
The Hornets have had issues at times this year tackling guys, and so it's good to see a good swarm of Hornets there on that tackle. And here comes Nico. Nico got to that side just in time, trying to get around to Wilcox. Wilcox getting the corner. I think that's Knight there on the tackle. And that's going to bring up another third down. It's going to be third and about 3. Epperson in on that tackle. Just trying to find my roster here. There we go. So Wilcox, he'll get the snap all alone in the backfield, throws to the left side. He's got his man. He's going to be met immediately, though, by Jesse Knight. And a great job there by the Hornets. Pulls him down. That's McElhaney on the catch. That'll be a loss of a yard. It's going to bring up fourth down, and we'll see just how aggressive Greenbrier wants to be.
Knight read that play very well just to get right in his face as soon as he caught that ball.
Number 31, Alan Timmons.
Timmons gets credit there, but not. An update from my buddy Max Bennett. It is 7-7 in Valonia between Little Rock Christian and Valonia. Just 30 seconds into the game.
Oh my goodness, that's a very, very quick scoring teams right there.
And it looks like Greenbrier running the clock down here. They're going to snap it. 7 seconds. They got to hurry. Let's see what they decide to do. Maybe the Hornets got to not jump off sides here. They will snap it. Looking left, Hewitt was running. Hornets got him in the backfield. Throw is behind the receiver, and the Hornets get a stop. Big stop there. The pressure got to Wilcox. He misses his intended receiver. I think that's number 6. Miles Miller was the intended receiver. The Hornets get the stop, and they'll take over on offense.
You know, everybody wants to get the sack every time they come out there on the field, but I can tell you right now, if you can get constant pressure on the quarterback, it's a lot bigger than just getting a sack every 4 downs.
Well, and you saw it there, too, because the pressure is what made that throw be behind Miller, and Miller was open in the middle of the field, and it was a good throw, and he gets it in there, but the pressure caused that. So we'll see what the offense does here. And I believe I said Jesse was going to get the start. That's Jason Crawford getting the start at running back in the pistol formation. Rogers at tight end, Speck, Dez, and Rod on the field. They'll give it away to Crawford up the middle. Crawford trying to break a tackle. He cannot get away, and that'll be no gain on the first play. Got a little delay over here, too, if you want some replay.
Okay, cool.
Sorry. So no gain on that one. Bring up second down and 10 for the Hornets. Crawford will come off the field. And Knight, I believe, and he is. Knight is on the field, and he'll split out wide to the right, and we'll expect him in motion. He's stacked behind Watts. Look for motion out of Rod here, or out of Jesse. They will. They'll pitch it to him. Jesse dropped it in the backfield, picks it up. Inside the 10, now he's in trouble. Got to find room, trying to get around the corner, and going to be pulled down at the 1. And that's
going to 1.
Yeah, tough play there. That one was broken up from the very beginning. And now the Hornets find themselves in a really bad spot all the way back at the 1-yard line, needing the 25 for a first down.
It'd be nice to get the first down here, but I think what we're going to be looking at is just trying to limit the damage and just try to flip the field as best as we can.
Yeah, last week Valonia had 2 big special teams gaps. They had a punt they muffed, and they had a kickoff that bounced over a return man's head and was recovered by Greenbrier. And we do not want to be in that position here for Maumelle. You're right. Let's try to get maybe 8-10 yards here for sure and give Dez some room to punt this. Crowd gets loud here for the Panthers. Weston by himself in the backfield. Weston going to roll to his left, looking for a man. He's looking for Speck. He's got him, but he threw it too wide, and that'll be incomplete. It's going to bring up fourth down from the 2. So Weaver in on that coverage, as that was intended for Speck. And the Hornets will have to punt, and right now, this is where you need everything to work perfectly. Greenbrier was able to get some pressure on Valonia's punt team last week, so you got a shorter distance here to cover, so you got to block this one up well. So Dez back there, ready to return. He's foot right on the back line. Got to be careful not to step out on the catch. There's a snap. Dez has got it. He'll get the kick away. Good job getting that one away. We're going to have some room to return this one. It's going to bounce and picks it up. Now running to his right side. He's got room. That is number 31. That's going to be McElhaney. McElhaney pushed out of bounds, but great field position for Greenbriers. They'll start this drive from the 23-yard line. Epperson there on that tackle. Hornets got a little bit of a break. Not really, I guess break's not the right word here, but we're lucky they didn't get returned. It was Hornets definitely had protect on to keep that from getting blocked and really didn't have much downfield to make a tackle on Greenbrier on that one.
Let's see if this defense can bow their necks up and try to get a stop right here.
You get in the shorter part of the field. They did it a minute ago. We're able to get a stop at the 15, so let's see if they can do it here. Wilcox will be by himself in the backfield, 5 wide receivers. Hewitt's in the slot to the left. Wilcox, he's going to run to the left, looking for blocks. Brookhagen trying to get off of it. He's being held, not going to get called. And bounce on Abbey. We do get a flag now. PI roofing penalty thrown. His pace is in there on the tackle. And I am pretty sure that's going to be a hold here on Brookhagen.
I believe so. I believe you're right.
And it is. PI roofing penalty is a hold, as that is the indication by the white hat. So that's going to cost Greenbrier 10 yards from the spot. That should back this one up to the 31-yard line. And that'll bring up a first down and about 18.
You want to be aware because that outside receiver right there, he was all the way to the boundary. I'm talking about really close to the out-of-bounds line right there. And when you route that wide, it's a good chance the quarterback might be just trying to take off and run.
Yeah. All right, so Greenbrier looking at the sidelines, getting the calls in here. They'll go 5 wide. Nope, 4 this time. Going to be a pistol formation with Hewitt set up behind Wilcox. Nico will move to the other side of the line.
Nico standing up at the end.
He'll try to go, fakes it, goes up over the middle. Got his man, a great throw by Wilcox. He slung that one in there to McElhaney, and that'll be a touchdown for the Panthers.
You know, that was just a quick pass. We couldn't get back there quick enough, so, I mean, it's hard to defend those slants like that.
Well, it was a great job. The play action really got Mosby to bite up. Timmons was underneath and no safety help over the top, and that is a great little slingshot throw by Wilcox and a touchdown for the Panthers. It's 6-0.
I think the defense looked a little confused right there, right before the snap on that one, too.
Middle of the field's been an issue for the Hornets this year, so got to clean that up. But the extra point's up. It's good. And just like that, Greenbrier leads this one 7-0. Got the fireworks going off. Definitely a great atmosphere here in Greenbrier for high school football. I want to say a huge thanks to Stephen Wood, the athletic director here at Greenbrier, for being so hospitable to us. I'm happy that he found us a nice warm booth for the evening, so very happy with our accommodations here, and we thank these guys for being so hospitable to us here tonight. All right, so 6 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Greenbrier strikes first. Maumelle's got to be feeling pretty good, though. I mean, obviously you give up the touchdown there, but you got to stop on the first drive and really just a busted play, drop the pitch there tonight.
It really just looked like some nerves on that second play when he pitched it. They just bobbled on him, and it was just some nerves. So maybe they can get back out there and get rid of those nerves on this one.
We've not seen Jesse do that this year. I think that might be the first time I've seen Jesse fumble all year. So checking out the comments here and enjoying the comments. I hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast tonight. Is now ready to kick here is number 11, Turnage. We'll see if they give Knight a chance. They're going to kick it to him. Jesse's going to get a shot here. Knight from the 14. Finds a seam across the 20, breaks a tackle out across the 30 to the 32-yard line. And that's where the Hornets will start on offense this time. And you can see Jesse, he's antsy, ready to find the end zones, and he's a dangerous one in the return game as well.
You know, when he gets moving, it's just so crazy because when he gets moving, all of a sudden it's like he goes from 0 to 60 just so fast. Like he looks faster than everybody else out there.
His speed is a difference maker. You know, we've got some good backs in the backfield, but it's a different, like you said, it's a different gear when Jesse touches the ball. All right, so now we'll start. That'll be an empty set. Crawford is the back. He's lined up as wide to the right behind Watts. Pierce is your quarterback. Crawford in motion. They'll fake it to him. Flips it to the back. That's going to be Dez trying to get around the corner. Dez is hit hard at the 34-yard line. Big hit. That's number 40. That's going to be Shannon Howard on the hit. Maybe a gain of 2 for the Hornets. So Dez gets a touch here early. Trying to get him into a rhythm here. Got 2 receivers that stand over 6'3". You've got to get those guys in this game. Now Pierce, he's got Crawford in the pistol behind him. Brookhagen's your tight end. He'll fake it, looks to throw. That's Dez, and Dez dropped it. Tough break there.
This cold weather, it's hard to catch those balls. They get a little harder in the cold. Your hands start to stiffen up. It's very easy to get some drops right here in the cold.
Absolutely. Those hands feel like bricks. It's like you can't bend the fingers. Things don't want to work right when it's in the low 40s and 30-degree mark like it is here.
I've seen some people hold those hand warmers out there when it gets so cold like this.
Yeah. All right, so big third down here, 3rd and 9. Hornets trips to the left. Crawford still your running back as he moves to the left of Pierce. Pierce drops, looking, trying to find anybody open. Now he wants to throw it deep. He's got Speck out there, and Speck slowed down too early. That one's going to be incomplete, and the Hornets will have to punt again.
Oh, he was so close on that one. I thought he was about to bring that ball down.
The ball carried a little bit on Weston, and I think Speck was trying to play the sideline there, and just a little too much for Speck on that one, and so the Hornets will have to punt again.
This time we have some extra room to punt, so don't have to worry too much about the rush on this one.
Yeah, need a good, clean punt here from Dez, and let's make them drive the length of the field this time. So Dez ready. They're looking to bring in pressure now. They may back out of it with Hewitt as he does. Dez gets it. He'll get the kick away. End over end kick, but it's going to should take a good Hornet bounce. So Will McElhaney picks it up at the 25. Now the Hornets, that's Hilliard down there. He's trying to get to him. Hornets can't make the tackle at the 30. Breaks around the corner and going to be pulled out of bounds. Richard Johnson there to push him out of bounds at the 41, and that's where Greenbrier will start this drive. Good return there by McElhaney. Got about 16 on that return, and again, field position right now, that battle's being won by Greenbrier.
And if we're going to try to win this game, I expect it to be close. Field position is so huge in these close games.
So 6:05 to go in our first quarter. Hornets need a 3 and out here. Wilcox gets the snap. He's going to hand this one up the middle. The Hornets are all over that one as Nico, the Predator Davier, pulls him down about a 3-yard loss back to the 38-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 13.
Taking the handoff, number 28, Dawson Spencer.
Nico gets back there, gets the first stop, and then just a swarm of Hornets come in behind him.
So far, it's looking like they're definitely having problems blocking 5. The Hornets now, it's Brookhagen. He's getting some time at linebacker as well. Snap is low. They look to throw left, got his man open, bobbled, and Jesse almost came away with that one. Boy, that'd have been a big one. Oh, man, that one tips off the hands of number 8, Jacob Mathis, and then just through the hands of Jesse Knight. Now we're getting a 3rd down and 13. Well, that's the break the Hornets needed right there.
Oh, I thought he was about to hold on to that one, but it was just not meant to be.
That's that field position changer. He gets that play at midfield, and suddenly the Hornets are in great position. But big 3rd down, 3rd and 13. Hornets need a stop here. Greenbrier 2 for 2 on 3rd down so far. Wilcox, he's got Hewitt as he barks out a signal to him. Now motion man coming across the formation. That's Miller. Now Wilcox looking. He wants to throw it deep. Got his man. He overthrew him. Thank goodness as Timmons gets outrun there by McElhaney. But that's going to bring up a 4th down, and we'll see what Greenbrier decides to do.
McElhaney, he is just really speedy. Yeah. It seems like Wilcox is looking for him every time he looks downfield.
I think Horton's going to have to look at that and maybe slide Max Pace number 1 over a little and give some help to Timmons, because he's ran right past Timmons a couple of times.
If you can hit him right there at the line of scrimmage, maybe slow him down a bit.
Yeah, so Hewitt to punt this one. He will kick it short, spiraling kick. Jesse's going to tell everybody to get away from it. It takes a Greenbrier bounce, though. Inside the 25, inside the 20. Going to be down at the 17-yard line. So the roll really helps Greenbrier, and the Hornets will take over there with 5:09 left in our first quarter, and Greenbrier leading 7-0.
Man, that punt was so high up there that Knight just didn't have a chance at it, and it let the coverage get all the way down there to make everybody get away from it.
Knight is that guy, though, that'll surprise you. I don't know if you got to go back and look at our Jacksonville the game from Jacksonville, but there was a play late in that one where it was punted and tipped, and the ball rolls between the legs of Max Pace, one of our defenders, and Jesse just comes out of nowhere and picks it up and runs it back for a touchdown. It was the wildest play. He had a couple of those on onside kicks against PA. All right, so the offense out there. Jesse's out at running back as Weston moves him to the left. Weston, he's going to hand this one away to Knight. Knight up the middle, and boy, Greenbrier doing a good job of bottling anything up in the middle against the Hornets right now. That was number 1, I believe, on the tackle. That's going to be Eli Weaver. He's had a good early part of this ball game for the Panthers. So under 5 minutes to play here in our first quarter. A slow-moving first quarter, it kind of feels like. This is already possession number 3 for the Hornets. Now Knight moves to the left of Pierce. Pierce takes the snap. He's looking to his right, wanting to throw. Got his man. Rod sits down in the zone. He'll pick up about 6 on that one. They'll pull him down at the 24-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd down here for the Hornets.
Maybe build a little confidence. Get that first completion under your belt. Maybe start trying to move it down the field. Yeah,
definitely want to get that first down of the game here. This is a big moment in this one as the Hornets have kind of went backwards every time. Had the tough play there on the first drive, and then didn't do anything with the second drive. And now on the third one, you got to find a first down. We need a McClarty Nissan first down right here. This crowd gets loud. Cowbells doing their thing. He'll hand it away to Jesse. Jesse going to the left side. Jesse trying to get around the corner. Makes a man miss. Jesse across the 30, 35, spin move. He'll drag a man to the 37, and that will be a McClarty Nissan first down.
I'm not so sure that the quarterback wanted to let go of that ball right there. I think Jesse was like, I think I can get the first down here. Just give it to me.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, we run the RPO not a whole lot, but Weston is not the guy that's going to keep it very often. And so he's done that a few times. Jesse's had to rip it out a couple times, and that one worked out for us. So 1st and 10 here for the Hornets, and now we'll go single back. Pierce under center. He'll get the snap. Hands this one away. That is Crawford to the right side. Crawford cuts inside. Crawford will get out maybe to the 40. He will give him 3, and it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Handoff went to number 17, Jason Crawford.
So missing no Jordan Candler tonight for this ball game. So we're pretty much going to see the Jesse Knight, Jason Crawford show in the backfield, and may get to see Christian Clay mixed in there as well this evening. And again, Weston will go under center in the single back. Crawford is still the back. That's where they'll give it. Left side, big hole for Crawford. He gets hit hard right about the 45, 44-yard line is where they'll spot it, and then bring up a 3rd and manageable, that 3rd down and 3.
3rd down and 3 for Maumelle.
Crawford getting in there. That amount of yards right there, you take that every day, especially where they were at in the field. Now we can see if they can't get a first down.
So big down here, 3rd down for the Hornets. 3rd and 3. Got to convert here. Pierce gets the snap, and he will hand this. No, he kept it. Pierce keeps this one to the left. Got a lot of room to run. Weston across the 40. He's out running everybody. Across the 20, 10, 5. Weston Pierce,
wow.
Touchdown, Hornets. That's new. We've not seen that one this year as Weston Pierce gets around the corner and takes it to the house.
Talk about a good decision on his part to keep that one right there, because when he got past that first defender, it was just wide open for him.
Where did that play originate from? I missed the actual yard line where we started.
It was about at the 43 on the other side of the field.
So we'll call that about 57. I think we were the 38 because we needed the 43 for a first down.
I think you might be right.
So we'll call that 61 yards. We'll let you can play some play-by-play here and get the kick while I try to update Twitter.
All right. And it's up. And it's through. Good job.
So Brookhagen knocks that one through and puts you on the spot there. You know, it's funny. I did that to Andy and Will a few times last year during our game of the week. We lost our sideline reporter about 3/4 of the way through the season, so I'd have to run down with about 3 minutes left in the game, and I'd have to run down to the field to get our player of the game and do our post-game interviews. So I'd leave Andy and Will up here, and boy, they learn pretty quickly. Play-by-play is not their thing. All right. So the Hornets have knotted this one up at 7 here with 2:32 left in the first quarter.
Man, it really feels like the momentum is on the Hornets' side right now. So let's see if the defense can't come out here, get a stop, and take advantage of it.
this would not be a terrible time to see one of those pooch kicks find a void and the Hornets able to fall on it.
I agree.
I tell you, though, that's new. That speed that we just saw out of Weston Pierce, Weston's a junior. If Weston can kind of hone in that skill and that speed, this is a different Hornet team now. We've not seen anything like that out of Weston. He's got a lot of rushing touchdowns, but we joke because most of his rushing touchdowns are the 1-yard plunges. And so to have a big 60-plus yard rush is huge. Now they will kick this one a little pooch to the right this time by Brookhagen. Going to be returnable at the 20. Back across the 30. Cuts to the left side and going to be run out of bounds there. And that'll be the end of that as Greenbrier will start this drive from the 37-yard line.
You know, when Weston was running to the other sideline, it looked like he was getting fast, and then when he went up the field, man, he just turned on the jets and just left everybody in the dust.
It was like there was a whole nother gear. I really expected him to get caught or even just run out of bounds around the 30.
I did too.
But once he rounded the corner, there was no one to catch him. And this is a fast defense for Greenbrier. I'm actually really surprised. All right, so Wilcox will start things off for Greenbrier here. Motion man's Hewitt. Wilcox looking to his right. He wants to throw up the middle. Nothing there. Now finds his guy in the zone. That's caught. And stops at the 50. Nice move there. And now Whitley going to yank him down and pull him down at the 48-yard line, but into Hornet territory.
Wilcox likes looking into the middle of the field. He looks like he just keeps looking right there for the middle. Somebody's always trying to get open in the middle.
Well, I'll tell you, if they did their film study, they know that is a weakness for the Hornets. We've got two pretty good linebackers, but we seem to find ourselves lost in the middle of the field. Wilcox, he'll hand this one away. Up the middle, or left side, running to the left here, as that's going to be Brookhagen in on the tackle, as well as C.J. Murphy. But that'll be a gain of about 7, and it'll bring up 2nd and 3 for Greenbrier.
Is that the no-name 28 that was running the ball right there?
Yes, and I'm glad you said that, because I meant to pull up my Greenbrier roster is no longer coming up. So I give up. We'll try to get a name for 28 here when we get a break. We're about 1:40 left in the first quarter, so we'll work on getting 28's name. Now Wilcox, he fakes it. He wants to go up the middle. Oh, boy, he had him. It just led him too much as he was looking for number 8, Jacob Mathis.
I think his eyes got a little bit too big right there because he saw that guy wide open and just overthrew him.
He tried that slingshot throw again, and you're right, just a little too much on, a little too quick. So Braden Warhurst, appreciate you watching. And he says, make Jake full time. So you had to bring your buddies on the broadcast, huh? Wilcox gets this one handed away to Hewitt. Hewitt to the left side. He will power his way for a first down as Murphy makes the tackle. That'll be a first down. The way I failed to mention that touchdown by Weston Pierce brought to you by the Brooks Insurance Agency. I want to say thanks to the Brooks Insurance Agency for sponsoring all of our Maumelle Hornet touchdowns this season. So new set of downs here for the Panthers as they get the first down. 1:15 to go in the first quarter and counting. Now Wilcox, Hewitt to his right. Wilcox gets the snap, fakes it to Hewitt. He's looking, wanting to throw. Here comes the pressure. Harrison's got him. He's not getting away from big Jordan Harrison. As Harrison gets the sack, pulls him down back at they're going to give him forward progress up to the 42-yard line. So either way, 6-yard loss on that one, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 16.
A little bit of a questionable spot, but we'll take it. At least it's a loss of some yards.
Yes, big play, and Harrison's that guy. He gets his hands on you. I don't think you're getting away from him. Jordan Harrison, another one of these big, tall, physical-looking guys on the defensive line that really deserve some looks from some of the colleges around the state of Arkansas. Now motion man to the right. Wilcox gets the snap. Hornet. Here comes Brookhagen. They're trying to set up the screen. Beautiful call. Now Hewitt's got the catch. He's going to be pulled down by Whitley. And a nice, about a 10-yard gain there. And that's going to get him to 3rd and manageable out to the 37-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 6. And a great call there by Coach Tribble and the Panthers.
They might have a mic over there on that Hornet sideline because that is just a perfect call for for that blitz that they had called up.
You're not kidding. I was like, man, we are about to absolutely just take this kid out. And no, it didn't happen. So that's going to be the last play of the first quarter. After a quarter of play, it's all tied up here in Greenbrier, 7-7. All right, welcome back, everybody. We're on the campus of Greenbrier High School, and got a 3rd down and about 7 here for the Panthers. They need the 26-yard line for a first down. Wilcox with Hewitt next to him. It's the snap, low snap, bobbled it, picked it up. He's got it clean now looking. Here comes the pressure. He throws it away. Might be picked, and it is. Mosby's got it. He's going to the house. Mosby, 40, 30. He's going to have to make a cut to get around Wilcox. He will. And a 10, 5, and touchdown. He knocked it out at the end of the play. Let's see. Touchdown,
touchdown. They called it a touchdown.
Woo!
Let's go.
Very close. I'm going to watch the replay because I know some Panther fans are going to be upset, and that is real close.
I mean, that was very close.
Boy, but a big play by Mosby, and the Hornets have got the lead, baby. Let's go. Wow, what a play.
My heart just sank there for a second. I was afraid that they were not going to call that a touchdown.
What a play by Maurice Mosby. And all I can say is I'm probably pretty happy we don't have replay in high school football.
I will say, without that defensive line getting that pressure, I don't know if he throws that football right there.
Yeah, you're right. And yeah, absolutely. It was good coverage. The snap helped being low, but you're right. I think that was Murphy that was getting in there on that pressure to force that. And then Mosby steps in front and takes it to the house. Brookhagen kick might have been tipped. It's up and good, and the Hornets lead this one 14-7. I'm going to update Twitter over here. Wow, what a turn of events here in Greenbrier, and give Cooper Wilcox and this Panther team a lot of credit for not giving up on that play. I thought for sure Mosby had clear sailing. Wilcox got there quickly, and then I did not catch the number of who that was able to pull him or get to him in the end zones. But I'm telling you, we're probably pretty happy there's no replay in high school football.
When I was talking about carrying that momentum, keeping that momentum going, that's exactly what I was looking for. I didn't say a turnover. I said a 3 and out. But hey, we'll take the turnover for a pick 6.
Yes, absolutely.
Let's see if they decide to do the pooch kick once again. I don't know if they want to kick it to the right side. The right side, they got all the way up to the 40.
All right. So sorry for the silence.
They kick it to the left side this time.
And it's going to be returnable. They tried to maybe a little trickery. It didn't work. The Hornets are all over him. Pace right there, as well as Jesse Knight, and the Hornets pull him down at the 28-yard line, and that's where Greenbrier starts. Now you're starting to see that field position inch its way back into where Maumelle wants it.
That was excellent coverage by that kicking team right there.
1st and 10 for the Panthers at their own 29.
I'm still trying to update Twitter over here. That's a little harder than you think.
I think this defensive line might be one of the better, if not the best, defensive line that Greenbrier's seen all season, and it's obviously showing that that they're getting some pressure on Wilcox, which I don't know if Wilcox has felt this much pressure all season.
He definitely didn't get this much pressure against Valonia. Horton runs down quickly. He didn't like something he saw. That's going to be a timeout by the Hornets. So go back, and again, want to say thanks to the Brooks Agency, because they brought you that last Maurice Mosby pick 6. And a big score for the Hornets to give them the lead, 14-7. And this crowd right now is a little subdued, which is what you want when you go on the road in the first round of the playoffs.
Absolutely, absolutely. We were hearing those cowbells banging the whole first quarter, but they seem to have quieted down a little bit.
Quite a bit. I want to go back. I was able to get the name for number 28. That's Dawson Spencer. So I'm sure that the vast majority of the Greenbrier fans are listening to their fantastic broadcast by their play-by-play folks. But in case you are a Greenbrier fan and found your way to our stream, we appreciate you. And that is Dawson Spencer. So I want to make sure I get that right. It is getting warm in this booth, though.
It is starting to get a little warm. I think all that excitement's starting to heat it up in here.
We may have to open the door. All right, so here we go. Wilcox, 1st and 10 here for the Panthers. That is Spencer beside him. That's who they'll give it to. Spencer Knight is right there and ready for him, as well as, I believe, Harrison in the backfield. No, that's Kylan Vance in the backfield as well for the Hornets, and that's going to be a 2-yard gain, 2nd down and 8.
Jesse Knight and 99, Colin Vance.
It is a lot of fun to be able to do a Hornet game with a fellow Hornet, even if it isn't the blue and white.
No, talk about a coincidence, huh?
Yep. All right, so Wilcox now by himself in the backfield. Looking left, throws to the screen pass. It's going to be caught. Looking for room here as the Hornets trying to break him down, but he's going to get enough for a first down out to the 40, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Panthers.
Pass is complete to number 31.
Carter McElhaney on that catch.
He picks up the first down.
Let's see, I believe Hilliard amongst others, Brookhagen maybe, Whitley as well, or McGarrett in on that tackle for the Hornets. Okay, that's, yeah, McGarrett in on that tackle.
McGarrett?
Yep.
Okay.
So Wilcox hands this one away, Spencer to the left, and Murphy had him but lost him. Now gets around the corner, quick around that corner, give him 7, and a nice run there on first down for the Panthers. Panthers look a little... They look like they're ready to try to run the ball a little bit more here. They had a little pass happy on those first few drives, and the Hornets have made them pay for it with the pressure and the pick. And so right now it looks like they're more willing to try to run the ball, maybe try to start inserting a little bit of their physical will in this game. Now Wilcox, he looks right. Here comes the pressure, throws this one, going to be caught right over the middle of the field, makes Knight miss, going to be tackled. That is Timmons, who finally pulls him down, but Mathis with a big gainer and another first down for the Panthers.
I think you might have jinxed it right there. They were starting to run the ball, and then right back to the pass.
Well, and that's what you want. Obviously, it'll loosen up those linebackers a little bit. They run the play action, and so that's helping. Wilcox, he will hand this one away. That's Spencer again. Whitley trying to run him down. The Hornets will pull him down. It is Whitley, and as well as Davier in on that one.
That was a good job by Pace to set the edge right there.
Pace is a very impressive safety. Another one of these seniors. Got a bright future ahead of him. So Spencer still in the backfield now in the pistol formation behind Wilcox. Wilcox gets the snap. He fakes it, looking left, throwing it. That's tipped up in the air and incomplete, as I believe that was Mosby that got his hand up and knocked that one down.
Passes incomplete.
14, yeah, Mosby. Maurice Mosby, who just had the pick 6, makes another big play there, and that's going to bring up a third and about 6. This is a Greenbrier team. The one thing you don't want to let Greenbrier do, and I was talking to my buddy Kevin Bohannon about this earlier, don't want to let them get into a rhythm, because this is a team that can go warp speed in a hurry if they want to. Wilcox by himself, power to the right, big hole. He's got let's see, dragging a guy, and he's going to be close. Let's see where this is spotted.
I think they're going to give it to him.
Very close to a first down. He may be just about a half a football short, though.
Let's see if they call the chains out.
And they are not.
Oh, they're just going to go ahead and give it to him.
Gave it to him. That's going to be a first down for the Panthers. I tell you, if I'm Horton, I might be yelling for a measurement there. That was close, real close.
It was very close.
Definitely close enough for a measurement. I don't know about you, Jake, but you feel like this first half has really gone by slowly?
The first quarter, I was very surprised. I was expecting it to fly by, and it just really hasn't. It's just kind of inching its way along.
Well, let's hand this one to Hewitt. Hewitt going to drag some guys. Murphy in on that tackle, as well as Whitley. Whitley over the century mark in tackles this season. In just 10 games is pretty dadgum impressive out of James Whitley. He's had a big season.
Starting to hurry it up now.
Gained 7 on that one. Now they catch the Hornets out of position. But Hornets were ready as Davier going to be the guy on that one. Wraps him up. He's going to be about, well, we'll see. We got about the same situation as we had on the third down. We'll see what they call here.
This has been a long drive, and I think it's starting to wear that defense out a little bit. They've been driving for a long time.
Let's see if they can stand up tough and get a stop here. Now hands it away to Hewitt to the left. Pace is right there setting the edge, and a great job by the Hornet defense as Davier and Harrison combined along with Pace to make that tackle.
You want to get some good stops on first and second down, try to force them into a third and long situation, and that's where they really haven't been successful so far this game.
Hornets have been able to bring that pressure on those third and longs, and it's definitely helped, especially since that first drive of the game for Greenbrier. So Wilcox, he'll have 4 wide receivers in this set with Hewitt to his left. Low snap again, looking left. Hornets coming. Hornets got him in the backfield, and they pull him down. That's Brookhagen, and Wilcox may be hurt. He's taken down at the 30, and Wilcox is slow to get up. And, boy, you hope he is okay, as Wilcox may have twisted a knee or an ankle. Why are we spotting this ball at the 25-yard line?
I guess they're just blowing the whistle way too soon into the tackle. He was still trying to get out of the tackle. I don't know why you would blow the whistle so soon, because, that was another, 10 yards?
5 yards. He pulled him at the 30. That play ended at the 30-yard line, but this is going to be interesting to watch Wilcox. It's third down and forever. The 25, they need the 3 for a first down, so it's third down and 22. Hornets have got to get pressure. You've got to cover the middle of the field here. Do not get beat over the middle. Wilcox, Hewitt in the pistol. He fakes it, looking, throwing right side. He's got his man. It's caught. And trying to get the first down. He's going to pull him down at the 4. I think he's a yard shy. And I think you're right. I think they missed a hold. They're going to call him down at the 5. It's going to be 4th down and 2. Mathis on the catch. And Wilcox is still banged up. Left arm he's looking at. Knee, I think, maybe got twisted. 4th down. It's 4th down, and it looks like they need the 2 for a first down.
Let's see what their coach decides to do on this one. And they're sending the kicking unit out.
They're going to bring the kicking unit out. So we'll watch for the fake here.
With the way this Hornet defense is playing, I probably would have sent out the kicking unit myself.
They're going to try. They're going to have to do this quickly. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3. See if they're going to get it off. They do. Bounces it back there. Ball's on the ground. Picks it up. The Hornets going to get stopped.
Wow.
Big stop for the Hornets as Greenbrier tried to rush that. They should have probably called timeout. Instead, the snap is low. It rolls to the back, and the Hornets make the tackle, and they're going to take over at the 15-yard line. 1st and 10 Hornets.
That might turn out to be a costly mistake, especially in this first half like this. If the Hornets come out here and make them pay, they're going to be really regretting not calling that timeout.
Big stop there, and we'll get the offense back on, and this is an opportunity for you to use this big offensive line to try to lean on this defense and just what the Greenbrier just did. Let's take some time off the clock and go down and get 7, though. Your buddy Braden's right. He said, bend, don't break. Or Braden in here saying, bend, don't break. He's right. That's what the Hornets just did there. That Jesse in the backfield, I believe. Weston. No, it's Crawford as they got mixed up. And Weston wants to go deep. He's got a man, stops, and he couldn't come down with it at the 45. That'll fall incomplete, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, we saw this pass interference on the other side of the field for them. I might have I could have seen, if you're going to call it that way, I probably would have called it that one myself, but I don't know.
I'm with you, but maybe getting some home cooking a little bit here. You never want. I mean, obviously these officials are probably from nowhere near Greenbrier, so as long as they're not from Valonia either, we're okay. So here we go. 2nd down and 10 as they're going to run. Let's see, you got both tight ends, both Brookhagen and Rogers to the left of the set here beside Chambly. I bet they go left. And they will. They'll hand this one to Crawford. Crawford, well, that closed up quickly. Mm-hmm. Maybe a yard on that one, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 9 with under 7 minutes to go, 6:50 left in our first half. Allison in on that tackle.
Let's see what they decide to do here. Are they going to air it out, or are they going to try to just run the ball right here, get some more time off the clock, and just change the field position again?
Wouldn't mind seeing a little slant to 6 here. We'll see if they try to get 6 open. Now Pierce gets the snap, fakes it gave it to Jesse. Jesse got a little seam. He's up over the 20 to the 21. He's going to be about 4 yards shy of the first down, and the Hornets are going to bring the punt team on. So that's one of those, that feels like one of those times where you go, you know what, our defense got us a big stop. We made a big play. Let's not make a mistake down here on our end, and maybe just continue to let your defense eat in this game. And so we'll see just how the defense responds after this punt.
The defense seems to have a swagger about them tonight. They are looking very impressive out there. So let's just see. Let's see if we can't get another stop with it in this next go around.
I feel like they've done a really good job so far of really, again, not really stopping, but limiting the running game of Greenbrier and forcing them to pass. And when we've been able to do that, obviously the defensive line has been able to get pressure. This one, end over end, short kick. It's going to hit at the 44 and bounce. Timmons is going to pick it up at the 43, and that's where Greenbrier will start. It's a good field position for Greenbrier here, and we will continue to keep an eye on number 9, Wilcox, after he was banged up a little bit on that sack on the last possession.
It seems like the longer that Greenbrier's on the field, the bigger chance that this Hornet defense has getting a stop, getting them in a 3rd and long where they can't run the ball, and then they make a mistake when they start trying to throw the ball in a 3rd and long situation. So let's hope the Hornets can get this done in kind of a short field for Greenbrier.
You know, and the interesting part about that is I know, I like to kind of, I don't really participate in them, but I like to go through the forums on Fearless Friday and some of the other things and just see what people say. And one of the things is, about Maumelle is they kind of play undisciplined at times, and they've had some moments this year where they've played a little undisciplined. But so far in this game, the Hornets have made all their own breaks and made great plays. Now Wilcox, and that's Nico on his back. Nico pulls him down, and the Predator gets another sack, and that's a big – and he fumbled. He did. That ball was out. Let's see. Did the Hornets get it? Maumelle football, yes sir!
Let's go.
Nico gets the forced fumble, the Hornets recover it, and it's 1st and 10 for the Hornets at the 45-yard line.
This Hornet team just refuses to give up the momentum. The defense is trying to carry this team to a victory tonight.
Big play there, and I'm going to do a Twitter update, so pick me up for a second.
Okay, so let's see out here. So the last drive, they threw the ball on the first down. So let's just see if they decide to do that again. I'd like to see maybe give it to Jesse Knight maybe on this first one. Maybe get him out to this open field on the left side. But we'll see what they decide to do right here.
All right, so now Pierce, I believe that is Crawford in the backfield currently. I think that's Jesse. That is Jesse. They'll fake it to him, throws quickly. That's Rod. Rod makes the catch across midfield, 45, breaking free to the 40. He may go 30, inside the 20, 15, 10, 5. The best Rod receiver in 5'8". Does it again. Touchdown, Hornets.
Let's go,
yes,
dude.
sir, baby. Roderick Watts to the house, 60 or 55 yards, and the Hornets have built a 2-score lead in this one.
This Greenbrier crowd and sideline looks stunned tonight because they are undefeated on the season and they are getting hit in the mouth right now.
This team has not been hit in the mouth like this all year. You are absolutely correct. Big play. What a job there as Rod, again, just proving how special he is. That was a 3-yard play that he makes the catch, breaks a tackle, and then just turns on the jets and the speed. 55-yard later, the Hornets now with the extra point up, and it is good, and the Hornets lead this one 21-7.
You know, I think those linebackers really bit on that play fake right there. As soon as they did that play fake, you just saw the linebackers just take at least 3 steps forward, which really gave him some open field. If he made a couple two guys miss, and he showed you what he can do when he makes 2 guys miss.
Big play there. And, boy, we're having some fun right now. I can promise you the PA folks and them, they're hearing us yell in this one. So 5:15 to go here in our first half. The Hornets have built a 21-7 lead. As the Hornets get ready to kick this one off, we'll see who they decide to go with here on this kick.
Man, it seems like every single time the defense does something good, the offense comes out here, strikes super fast, and now the defense is coming right back out here on the field.
You would think the defense would be getting tired at this point, but I think they just keep finding you get all that momentum and all that adrenaline going every time you get a big play, and especially when your offense answers for you.
Mm-hmm. You know, and as cold as it is out here tonight, maybe staying warm might be the best thing for them.
All right, so Brookhagen will be the man kicking this one. He'll kick this one off. He'll kick it deep. And bobbled at the 15. He's got to get back to it. Picks it up at the 14. Now looking for room. The Hornets are all over it. Big tackle at the 18-yard line. And that's where Greenbrier will start this drive.
That's a good tackle. That was just great coverage on that play. I think it got a little help with the bobble back there, though.
Definitely changed your blocking assignments. You got everybody moving upfield trying to get a lane open, and your return man's bobbling the ball, so that definitely made a difference. This crowd continues to fill in. A great crowd here in Greenbrier, but like you said a minute ago, the Hornets have really quieted them down as well as their cowbells, but I can bet you that big baby Andrew Chamberlain's dad is ringing that cowbell of his like crazy over there in them stands. Good crowd from Maumelle, too. Give our Hornet fans good credit as they made the trip.
Well. They have traveled well.
You know, we're used to traveling this year. We only had 3 home games.
That's true.
So Wilcox, another low snap. Boy, who is that? Is that Murphy or Nico? That is C.J. Murphy, I believe it is. C.J. Murphy with a big tackle on Hewitt. That's a 3-yard loss and bring up 2nd down and 13.
I was looking out there, and then all of a sudden he was just back there. I didn't even see him get through the line. It was just like he was standing back there when they snapped the ball.
Murphy is that super underrated guy on this defensive line. Harrison's a big specimen of a guy. Murphy's the unsung hero, I think, of this defensive line. He's so good on the other side, on the opposite side of Nico. So Wilcox now with 2 backs with him. He looks to throw, looking to his left. Look at, boy, Nico. He's being held in the backfield. Still almost got him. Now Wilcox gets away for the moment. McGarrah runs him down. I don't know how we don't have a PI roofing penalty on the field.
Well, the umpire in the back there looked like he put his hand on the flag and then he took it off. I was very confused because it took 2 guys to keep him from Wilcox right there.
Yeah, I'm with you. I thought for sure he was throwing the flag because I was trying to watch the play, and maybe he did. Let's see. Nope. He looked like he was going to look over here at us, but no flag on the play. And so that'll bring up a 3rd down and 10 as Wilcox actually maybe got a yard out of that, maybe 2 yards out of that play. They can't block Nico right now.
No, they just cannot do it.
He doesn't want his high school career to end.
So Wilcox gets the snap, looking to throw. Pressure up the middle by Brookhagen. Got him. Throws it up in the air, and it is down. Oh, no, we're going to get a terrible PI call.
If that's a PI, that makes no sense. The Greenbrier player was just pushing him all the way.
Yeah, he was blocking him.
Yeah, he was literally blocking. It literally looked like he was trying to keep him away from making the interception.
Maybe we'll get an offensive pass interference.
I doubt
it.
PI
roofing, but
He's looking toward Kirkland.
no, that is ineligible man downfield.
Oh, okay.
And so the Hornets survive that one, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 10 for the Panthers. Yes, a big break for the Hornets here. Boy, we give officials a really hard time. It was kind of funny. We were joking. We were courtside last year for our basketball games, and they got a tight. And it'll back up. He will punt this. I was about to say he gets a snap, punts this one away, gets it off. Jesse watching it. This ball's going to bound at the 42, inside the 40. Takes a Greenbrier roll inside the 35. Jesse's thinking about it. He will not. And it'll stop at the 31, and that's where the Hornets will start this drive with 3.5 minutes to go in the half. You guys make sure you stick with us for our Akel's Wholesale halftime show, and we'll have stats from the first half thanks to our man Jim Ashley, and we'll head over to the Fearless Friday scoreboard and get you some updates from scores around the state.
That was about as good of a punt you could have asked for Greenbrier right there.
It's an interesting. They run a really shallow snap there. You're always, and you got Hewitt, who's a great runner, so you always kind of got to stay aware if you're the Hornets for fakes in that situation.
Absolutely.
So I can't tell who that is. That's 22. That's Candler, I believe, in the backfield, but I was told he wasn't playing tonight. So Pierce gets it. He'll hand it away to him, and he is stacked up in the backfield, a loss of about 2, and I'm going to try to get a number. But that is Candler, I believe, but that doesn't look like Jordan Candler. The stature of that does not look like the Jordan Candler I'm used to, so I'm not sure if that's another 9th grader that got brought up.
I think that was 23.
We don't have a 23. That was, I'm almost certain 20. That's
I
22.
thought it was 22.
It is 22. All right, so Pierce, he'll hand this one away. No, he won't. Fakes it, looks to the right. Got Rod again. Rod got Speck blocking for him. He tries to get away from that tackle. He won't. He'll be drugged down at about the 35-yard line. Give him 6.
If there's one thing I know about head coach Horton, it's that if he's got something working, he's going to keep trying to go back to it. And right there it shows, because that's the same play that they just scored on in the last time they had the ball.
And it was a play that they were really successful with back against Byrd. And he's compared this defense to Byrd's defense and just how they play. So it's not surprising that they're going back to some of those plays that worked for them back in Shreveport. So 3rd down and 7 here. Knight to the left. Pierce looking that way. Pierce looking, wants to throw. He's got Jesse on the wheel, but he overthrew him behind him. And he knew it. Jesse knew it. Oh, we got a flag in the backfield. What's this going to be?
Holding.
A PI roofing penalty, and it's a hold on the Hornets. And you got to believe they'll decline that, you would think. Bring up 4th down, but we'll see what the decision is here. Can't imagine the Hornets wouldn't punt with 2:22 left in the first half. They will decline it. But, we were talking about the officials thing before, but we were courtside last year, and then this year, with COVID being, basically over, we've got no limitations in the gym, so we're moving our normal setup back, and our broadcast position is going to get moved up top now instead of courtside. And the first thing that Will asked me, and even one of the coaches said, what, y'all can't be close to the officials anymore? We had some fun with the officials last year from our broadcast position, but I'll say this. We give them a hard time, but these guys have got a hard job, and we've got a very big shortage of officials in the state. So we appreciate everything our guys in stripes do. That ball takes a nice Hornet bounce at the end. Looked like it was going to take a Greenbrier bounce. Instead, Mosby blows it all the way down to the 34-yard line, and that's where Greenbrier will start this drive.
The defense is going to come out here. Let's hope they can get a stop, because even though it is a 21-7 lead, with how strong this Greenbrier offense is, I mean, they could score in a hurry, you know what I mean? So let's hope this defense can come out here, get a stop, and maybe we can run a quick, minute 30 drill out and maybe get another some more points on the board, whether it's a field goal or a touchdown.
I'll just take a Jesse Knight scoop and score. Give us a 28-7 lead with the ball after the half. That's not asking for too much, is it?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
So Wilcox, he'll be by himself, and let's see what they decide to do. Hewitt comes back there to him. They'll hand it away to Hewitt. Hewitt trying to get to the left side as Brookhagen trying to get off the block. Ooh, a nice cut by Hewitt. Back inside of the 45. He powers his way out to the 46-yard line. Be a gain of 12 and a first down for the Panthers.
Their wide receivers are, I'll call it aggressive, but, you know, I see a little jersey flying around.
Brookhagen, 16, looks like he's been held a few times on some of those plays to the outside. So Wilcox gets the snap, looking to he's going to run left. He's running all the way as Whitley trying to get there, and they'll pull him down, give him about 4, maybe 5 out to the 49-yard line of the Hornets. And that's Wilcox again, very slow to get up. I tell you, I don't know that Wilcox has had a game this physical all season.
I think that last sack back there really banged him up more than I thought, because he's still limping around out there.
Now Wilcox 2nd and 5. He'll look, hand this away to Hewitt. Hewitt met in the backfield by Brookhagen, and Knight comes up to help him and finish that one up, and that'll bring up a 3rd down and a timeout here for the Panthers.
That was a good job by Brookhagen to bring a guy that's really tough to bring down. He started getting him down and let the other Hornets swarm on him.
I know our buddy Johnny Brew with the Johnny Brew Show, which is Brookhagen's dad, is watching us tonight. He's got to be enjoying what he's seeing out of his son. Brookhagen has been we started the season and he was really just a kicker. You know, he's a good soccer player. Got maybe an option to go to Duke. We were able to talk to him on Tuesday. He's got Duke interested in him for soccer. He's looking at the potential of going to Tulsa and a couple other places he's been able to visit. But we've seen now Brookhagen get switched over to the defensive side of the ball here the last, I think, since the BB game, maybe Whitehall games when we first saw him. That's right. And so Whitehall was the first time we saw him on defense. And he's just a different piece. He's got so much speed coming off the end, and he's been a difference maker on defense for the Hornets.
You know, with that speed and the size that he is, because he looks like a pretty tall guy.
Mm-hmm.
He just looks like a kind of like the prototype for a good outside linebacker, if you ask me.
He does have great size, and it's good to be able to finally get some film here late for him on defense. So Wilcox fakes this one, looking to throw left. It's going to be bobbled and caught. And trying to push him out of bounds, and they will, as that's number 8, Jacob Mathis. He'll get the first down. That'll keep the drive alive for the Panthers with 1:11 to go in the first half. And Matthew McGarrett. Oh, I'm going to need to get our PA guy an updated roster. That's Matthew McGarrett on that tackle, not Williams.
Jesse Knight might have got a little too excited going under the block. You got to go over the block to keep it and force it outside.
Greenbrier will hustle out now. Clock is stopped with 1:11 to go. Plenty of time on the play clock here. Hewitt to the right of Wilcox. And Wilcox wants to throw. Looks right, pump fake. Now looking deep. Throws it up over the middle. This might be picked. As Pace got a piece of it. Boy, oh boy, the Hornets just about had another turnover there as Pace knocks that one down, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That was a good job by Pace to keep his eyes on the quarterback so he knew right when that throw was coming.
Pace was about a half a step from being able to get there and get 2 hands on that ball and pick it off. So 2nd down and 10. We got 1:06 left in our first half. We've had a good one here. Hornets leading 21-7. I think there's a lot of people across the state, including my buddy Barry Grooms at Hootens, who's a little surprised by this score. Boy, they subbed late. I'm surprised they allowed that. Wilcox wants to run to the right, trying to run behind Stevens, and there's Knight sticking his head in there. They'll make the tackle. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
I think they're going to try to at least get the first down right here and then maybe take some shots at the end zone, because once you get this first down, the field goal starts to make a little bit more sense, so then you can take some shots at the end zone and see if you can't get a touchdown on the board.
So Greenbrier calls timeout, and I think you're right. I do think this will probably be 4-down territory no matter what. I don't see them kicking a field goal here. I know they've got a decent kicker. I think that is number 11, Bradley Turnage is their kicker, but I don't know that he's got this much leg. So I think you're right. I would assume this would be 4-down territory if they don't get the first down here and try to get closer to the 20 before thinking about a field goal.
You know, at this level, that field goal from this far away is very, very difficult. So if you kick a field goal from this far away, you have a lot of faith in your kicker.
Yeah, you've probably got a guy that's going to get some looks from a Power 5 school if you're kicking from
Absolutely.
This definitely going to get looks from the next level if you're able to kick it from this far out. Wilcox, I'm seeing Greenbrier's got their backup quarterback warming up. And, I mean, that could just be to stay warm right now. But, Wilcox is banged up so far in this first half. So Hewitt to the left of Wilcox. He'll get the snap. Looking left. Looking towards Hewitt. That's where he's going with it. Hewitt's going to make the catch. Hornets are going to be there. Going to make a break free. He's down. He's going to get the first down. What a play there to get the first down by Hewitt.
That's just Hewitt again. Like we said, he is just tough to bring down.
Boy, he had Mosby, Epperson both right there trying to make a tackle and couldn't bring him down. First down. Clock stops until now 40 seconds to go. Wilcox looking to his right, wants to throw, throwing up over the top. That ball's going to be caught and knocked out of bounds is Mathis. That'll stop the clock with 35 seconds.
Did he get out of bounds? It looked like they might have stopped him on the inbounds right there, but I don't know.
Yeah, his knee came down out of bounds at the very end of that play. So get him out of bounds. First down. No, it's going to be second and a yard as they did not get the first down there. So now coming off the field, I think that's Mathis that just came. No, that wasn't Mathis. Mathis is still on the field. Wilcox is still at quarterback. Stephen and Hewitt both back there. Now the Hornets don't like something they saw. Horton wants a timeout. That'll be the second timeout of the half for the Hornets. The Hornets one timeout left. Both teams now just one timeout left here in our first half. We await our Ackles halftime show. And again, we're going to see some scores from around the state. We'll get you updated on some scores from around the state. Let's see. I know my buddy Max Bennett is over there in Valonia, so we'll see if he's got any updates for us.
I'm interested about that Cabot game, too. I was predicting an upset, Springdale Harbor over Cabot, so I'm excited to see what that score looks like at halftime.
I tell you what, if scores hold right now in this game and on the other side of Faulkner County, I think people are going to just realize just how good this 5A Central is. Little Rock Christian's up on Bologna with 4 minutes left in the half, 35-7. Now looking left is Wilcox. Wilcox throwing back corner, looking for his man, and overthrew everybody in the back of the end zone. And that'll bring up a third down and a yard. Not a bad idea. Go for the shot there. You got a timeout left. You only need a yard for a first down, so you got to believe that this will either be a sneak by Wilcox or they're going to give it to 15.
It's hard to believe they don't give this ball to 15, especially with Wilcox kind of limping around like he is.
I agree. As they talking about this one, a long conversation as they make a substitution out of the game. 26? I think that's 26. No, that got to be Stevens, 28. So now Wilcox, Hewitt's going to be behind him in the pistol. Mathis to the right in the tight end position.
Got 3 seconds left on the clock.
Just do get it off. Now looking left, throwing up over the middle. Throw behind him and almost intercepted again by Mosby as that pass was well behind his intended receiver. And that'll bring up a fourth down and a yard. I'm really, really surprised they threw the ball there. I thought for sure they would try to get the first down in a new set of downs with one timeout left.
Mosby looked surprised when the ball was coming his way. Like he was he was definitely shocked that the ball was coming it was basically coming right at him.
That pass was that poorly thrown, though.
Yeah.
It was well behind his receiver on the slant. I think Wilcox was a little amped up on that throw. So now Wilcox, they'll go empty here on fourth down and just a yard. Hewitt's your man to the right. I'd expect quarterback power. They will. Right side trying to get around the corner. He's got the first down. Jesse breaks down. Oh, he runs him over all the way to the 5-yard line, 4-yard line. That's going to bring up first and goal with 20 seconds to go in the half. Clock stops for the moment till they get the chain set. And now timeout called by Greenbrier now with 21 seconds. It's going to be first and goal for the Panthers at the 4, and a good call there by Coach Tribble and the Panthers to get Wilcox around the corner and get the first down.
If I'm Coach Horton right here, I'm definitely thinking run. I'm thinking they're going to have to run this ball because, I don't know. Maybe Greenbrier is a little bit more aggressive than I am because I would not be putting the ball up in the air to maybe possibly throw a pick, especially with the way Wilcox is throwing behind receivers right now.
Well, and really their most successful play has been that. The little, the power run by the quarterback, Wilcox outside, or giving it to Hewitt around the corner. So they've been able to kind of do that. I know the Hornets are trying to stack the middle up, but they're doing a good job with Brookhagen and Nico on the edges. But, I'm with you. I would really expect some sort of variation of quarterback power, RPO, something here between 9 and 15 on this play for the Panthers. I don't believe that they would put the ball in the air here. First and goal from the 4.
They've got what looks like a running package there with everybody bunched in tight.
Wilcox gets the snap. He's going to run behind Hewitt on the right side. Hornets stack it up. They're going to try to push this one to the end zone. I think he stopped at the 1. He is. They don't have any timeouts left, so they've got to why is the clock stopped? Why is the clock stopped? Now we got a flag. Late flag is thrown, but why is the clock stopped? The clock stopped with 15 seconds for no reason. That clock should have been well below. Now it's just running when they're telling it to stop. But that clock should be well under 10 seconds now.
When you brought it up, it probably should have been at least 11 seconds when it was sitting at 15. When you brought it up, it should have been at least 11.
Little home clock operator. And so now we'll see what the penalty is here. We got a PI roofing penalty on the field. That was post-play. It's either going to be a 6-inch penalty against the Hornets or a big 15-yarder against Greenbrier. Something happened at the bottom of them piles, and if you've ever played football, you know lots of things get said and done at the bottom of those piles.
That could be it, or it could be that the refs saw that the clock wasn't moving and they might decide to put it at something else. But yeah. I don't know. That's such a hard judgment call to make if you're going to be like, because I don't really know if they would know how long the clock wasn't running.
All right, so let's see. It is going to be a dead ball. Personal foul on Maumelle. Wow. Wow. So a personal foul on the Hornets. Again, though, the clock should not be sitting at 14 seconds. I don't know that they would have. I mean, because of the penalty, they would have got a clock stoppage. But that clock, I mean, they'd get the snap off, I guess, now because of the penalty. But
so does the clock stay stopped if you call it penalty?
Because it's a defensive penalty, yes.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
So now what do we? Maumelle wants to call a timeout here. So timeout, Hornets. That's their last one of the half with 14 seconds. So neither team with any timeouts left here as we are about, again, 6 inches from a touchdown, and I'm curious to see what Greenbrier would do. This is that moment, and I think you've heard this argument across all levels of football. A team that goes out of the shotgun all the time, you have issues going under center to take a snap. Now, the Hornets have done a good job with it. I don't think we've seen Greenbrier go under center yet in this game. Would you go and test that 5 to 6 yard drop, or would you just go ahead and try to power right up the middle with the quarterback sneak?
You know, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't want to put my quarterback at risk, especially with how it kind of looks banged up. I'd give it to Hewitt. But, you know, I mean, if you're not going to do the Tom Brady fall in, then I think they're probably going to power it in like that. Now it looks like that the Hornets coaching staff is out there talking to the referees, probably about the clock stoppage, probably about why they. And what we think it should have been at was around 7-10 seconds. So we'll see what they have to. We'll see. I mean, nothing's going to come of this, but at least give them an earful.
Well, and at the end of the day, the unfortunate piece was the post-possession penalty would have stopped the clock regardless, and so they would have at least got a snap. So I guess at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They will go in shotgun. Hewitt and Cooper both at the 5. There's a snap. Wilcox to the right. He's pushing. Hornets trying to drag him back, but he's in the end zone. Touchdown Panthers with 10 seconds to go in the first half. Greenbrier is going to get this back to a one-score game, 21-13. So big score there.
You know, and you'd almost rather them have scored 2 minutes ago, because now them might going into the half just scoring a touchdown, giving them a little bit of momentum. Do we get the ball first?
We did. We deferred, so we'll get the ball in the second half. Kick is up. It is good. And with 10 seconds to go in the first half, it's 21-14 Hornets. But, yeah, we did defer in the second half. And so because of that, obviously, we will get the ball to start the second half. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad. But I'd be curious. Let's see if they kick to 20 here.
If they're smart, I would not be kicking the 20, but we'll see. We'll see where the ball lands up. The wind looks like it's starting to kick up a little bit harder than it was at the beginning of the game, so the kick might go a little farther than usual.
This is where I'm implementing the squib kick. I'm not giving 20 any opportunity, but that's me. As a Hornet, as my biased self says, kick it to 20, please. So 10 seconds left in the half. Let's see as Turnage is out there ready to kick. Turnage, get the call. He'll step back as the play clock runs down. 15 seconds. Now Turnage to kick. And he will kind of pooch this one towards Pace. And Max is going to let it roll. It'll go out of bounds. So the Hornets, no clock, time off the clock. The Hornets will start from the 35, and we'll see what Horton wants to do. I think I mean, if you're asking me from a PlayStation perspective, I'm going deep, man. But from a first round of the playoffs perspective, I feel good about what my team has done. I know Greenbrier just scored, but the last thing you want to do here is have a strip sack, something that gives the Panthers another score. I'm probably taking a knee, and let's just get this thing into the half and get the ball to start the second half.
You know, and you say PlayStation mindset, but it's starting to look like that's kind of the wave of the future is air it out big, go for it on fourth downs. It's starting to coaches are now starting to call a lot more aggressively. So we'll see what they do. I would air it out myself as well. So
Greenbrier expects that as they've got the prevent defense. Hornets are definitely not taking a knee as they got Jesse in motion. They're just going to flip it to Knight. Knight cuts up the middle. Knight across the 45, across midfield, trying to break a tackle. Going to be brought down. We got no timeouts left though.
Clock's going to stop while they move the chains.
Stop. If you get on the ball, you can spike it. You got a chance. Got to be on the ball here though. Hornets hustle up. They do not have the chains set yet. Hornets are going to get a chance. Got to snap it.
Snap.
And they don't get it off. They don't get that play off. I felt like the White Hat maybe started it a little early.
I don't think the chains were set. It did look – they were still moving when he was rotating his arm. So
yeah, it was going to be a tough one to get off either way. But that's going to do it for our first half. After a half of play, the Hornets lead this one 21-14. Stick with us as we'll be back here in a few minutes with our Ackles Wholesale halftime show.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. And that's just what we want to do is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DIO to 36260 to get started today.
Ackles Carpet One is so much more than a flooring store.
Get our waterproof luxury vinyl for only $2.49 a square foot. When we install any hard surface floor, receive a free $100 labor credit for every 200 square feet you buy. When we install your floor, your installation is guaranteed for life and get free pad and installation on every carpet purchase. Check out our high-quality collection of all-wood cabinets. Get 50% off store-wide and get no interest financing for 36 months.
If you don't love your floor, we'll replace it for free. We make it beautiful for less.
You could try selling your car on your own, but that could take forever. McClarty Nissan will pay cash for your car today. That's right, we'll give cash right now for your used vehicle, even if it's not a trade. It's fast, it's easy, and we'll give you a lot more money for your trade than any other dealer. Visit one of McClarty Nissan's 3 locations or at McClartyNissan.com right now. And remember, the reason we pay so much for your used vehicle is because we're the #1 Nissan dealer.
At American Pie Pizza, we use only the best and freshest ingredients to ensure the product we put on your table is at its peak for your enjoyment. Our pizzas are thin crust and considered by some as the best around. And as a locally owned small business, our goal has always been to provide a great product at a great price and give back to our local communities. This is why we are excited to be the host of Hornets Live every Tuesday night during football season. Come see us at 7 p.m. every Tuesday and get the latest scoop on your Hornets while enjoying the best pizza, salads, wings, and sandwiches in Central Arkansas. And don't forget about our daily lunch specials and trivia nights on Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. So come see us at 9709 Maumelle Boulevard. Call in your order at 501-758-8800. Order online at www.ampiepizza.com.
So you know how in the fourth quarter of a football game, when the game's on the line, it actually gets kind of stressful, and that's not how a home loan process should be. When you're a week away from closing, which is the fourth quarter, you shouldn't have stress, and that's what at Cornerstone we want to take away. We want that to be a stress-free experience for you. We want it to be that blowout victory.
Text DIO to 36260 to get started on the home mortgage process today.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Greenbrier. We are about 7 minutes from the start of our second half here on our Akel's Wholesale Halftime Show. And I want to say thanks to the fine folks over at Akel's for sponsoring our replays and halftime show all season long. And you know what? Well, let's go with the stats first. There's some fun scores going on right now around the state that I'm excited to get to. But I'm going to go to our stats first. Thanks to the great Jim Ashley for our stats. First half stats in this one. Maumelle ends up in the first half with just a total of 148 total yards, 97 on the ground, just 67 through the air. Greenbrier with 104 total yards rushing, 152 on the ground, and a total of 215 yards in the first half. Hornets averaged 7.4 yards per play. Rushing the ball for the Hornets, leading rusher in this one, Weston Pierce. 1 carry, 56 yards, and a touchdown. That'll get you well on your way to being the leading rusher on the night. Jesse Knight, 8 carries for a net of 17 yards. Crawford, 3 carries for 7 yards. Dez, 1 for a yard. Weston's also 3 out of 7 for 67 yards and a touchdown. The only completions to Roderick Watts. 3 catches, 67 yards and a touchdown. And then for Greenbrier, Hewitt, 7 carries, 29 yards. Wilcox, 12 carries, but after all the sacks, just 18 net total yards for Wilcox in that first half. Spencer, 7 carries for 16 yards, and McElhaney, 1 for 10. Wilcox actually threw the ball 23 times in that first half, was 12 out of 23 for 153 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception. Mathis, 4 catches for 71 yards, led the way for Greenbrier. McElhaney, 4 catches, 41 yards, and a touchdown. And that'll wrap up your stats from the first half. Scoring summary, Hornets got the ball deferred in the first half. Greenbrier was able to drive down, not score. Hornets couldn't do anything with their first drive. Greenbrier would score on their second drive. McElhaney, a 31-yard touchdown pass from Wilcox, made it 7-0. Hornets would answer, though, as Weston Pierce yanks the ball out of Jesse Knight's hands on an RPO, gets the corner and rumbles 56 yards for a touchdown, tying the game at 7. Mosby would then get a pick six, 69 yards to the house, and the Hornets would take a 14-7 lead. Then after another big defensive possession by the Hornets, Roderick Watts would catch a little 3-yard out. 55 yards later, he finds himself in the end zones. The Hornets were up 21-14. Greenbrier would get a touchdown there late at the half with about 10 seconds to go to get the game within 21-14, and that's where we are here at the half. So a great first half for Maumelle. I think really what you wanted to see the Hornets do. They controlled Greenbrier's running game, forced them to throw the ball, and we know there's just a lot more talent on the defensive line for Maumelle than there is on the offensive line for Greenbrier. We knew that they would have some issues if they had to throw. They're a better run-blocking team anyway.
Yeah, the defensive line. I had thought in the beginning of the game that the Hornets defensive line was going to be a tough matchup for them, and it's proved to be that way. And I also said at the beginning is that the better defense was probably going to win this ball game tonight. And I'd say both defenses are playing really well. It's just that the Hornets defense are getting those turnovers, which has just been a huge impact for them.
And remember, our 4 keys to victory from Heart of Grace Outdoors. Number 1 was get the turnovers. Go back to that team you had at the first part of the year, and the team that was very opportunistic, and they've done a great job being opportunistic tonight. Obviously, 1 big score and a couple other big plays on defense. Let's jump over to the FearlessFriday.com scoreboard, as there are some interesting scores around the state. Cabot leads Harbor 36-7. North Little Rock having no problems with Southside at the half, 49-7. Northside leads Bentonville West 40-7 at the half. Rogers, a close game with Catholic right now, 20-14 at the half. Marion leads Russellville 27-0. Sylvan Hills trailing Mountain Home at the half, 14-7. A little surprising there. Lake Hamilton leads West Memphis 41-6. That one's at the half. PA only up 22-6 on Harrison. Harrison's one of those teams that seems to have PA's number, especially defensively, and they've really been able to keep that game close the last few times they've played. PA leads that one 22-6. Whitehall, no issues with Farmington in the second quarter, up 24-3. Nettleton leads Hot Springs 27-7. And another kind of surprising score. Hot Springs Lakeside has made the trip to win. They lead 28-20. The winner of that one will play the winner of this one next week. Camden Fairview leads Greene County Tech 14-7. Magnolia over Valley View 21-0. I think that's more points than Valley View's allowed all season in one half. Maumelle, of course, 21-14. Now, this is the big one. You were pointing at it. Little Rock Christian leads Valonia 35-14 at the half. And look, I get it. We've talked about how the West is maybe not at the same level as the Central, The number 1 team in 5A in the 5A West is down 7 at the half. The number 2 team in the 5A West is down big at the half to Little Rock Christian. And while I thought Christian would win that, I sure didn't see them putting that kind of beating on them in the first half. Elkins leads Dardanelle 23-9. Prairie Grove over Jonesboro Westside 14-10. Shiloh Christian over Cave City 42-0. Star City leads Batesville Southside 17-14. Lone Oak over Ashdown 14-13. Stuttgart 42-0 over Monticello. Fountain Lake and Pocahontas tied at 21. Most of these scores are at the half. Truman 14-0 over Mena. Lamar and Gentry tied at 14. Ozark leads Huntsville 20-6. Arkadelphia leads Clinton 26-20. Robinson, no issues as they've gotten to the mercy rule, 35-0 over Mills at the half. Crossett over Pottsville 42-0. Malvern over DeWitt 21-7. Hackett over Bismarck 8-6. Harding Academy at the half leads West Fork 56-0. Melbourne over Perryville 40-0. Newport 28-0 over Lincoln. Manila 28-13 over Danville. Centerpoint 15-8 over Osceola. Boonville leads Salem 42-7. All tied up between Riverview and Paris at 7. Glen Rose leads Dollarway 21-6. Prescott, the Curly Wolves, having no issues with Lake Village 50-6. Harrisburg over Camden Harmony Grove 14-0. McGee over Walnut Ridge 48-0. Risen leads Jessieville 26-7. EPC East Poinsett County over Mountainburg 28-0. McCrory leads Yellfield Summit 44-0. Quitman 14-6 over Foreman. Mount Ida leads Cross County 56-12. Poen over Carlisle 44-6. Clarendon 56-0 over Bearden. Desark 46-0 over Parker's Chapel. Lafayette County leads England 18-16. Marked Tree 22-0 over Murfreesboro. Hazen 32-0 over Hampton. Junction City 22-13 over Gurdon. Brinkley 8-0 over Woodland. And Rector 22-0 over Marvel Lane. And the last score of the night, Mountain Pine leads Augusta 56-6. And now I know what Randy Rainwater feels like every night between 10 and midnight. Woo! Got that out.
My big takeaway after hearing those scores is, other than the Little Rock Christian Valonia game, you know, when I was growing up, Catholic was just never any good, like, you know, and so, but just seeing them be in the playoffs and being in a competitive game in the playoffs, it's just nice to see that, because it makes that 7A Central a little bit more interesting, you know, instead of them being the kind of blow-off team. I'm glad to see them being competitive and in the playoffs.
Catholic's had a rough year. It's been a struggle for them this season. To see them, and I know Rogers has kind of struggled. That's one of those lower side of the bracket, you know, matchups. But you're right. If Catholic could get a victory there, that'd be huge for the 7A. And again, the 7A Central just proving once again how good Central Arkansas is right now in football. I mean, and think about it. I mean, obviously the struggles of Little Rock Southwest are well documented. They finally got their first actual win as a team this year in week 10, I think. But that's a program that there is talent in that area. They've just got to get that talent playing for the Gyphins right now, and that's a team that could really surprise some folks over the next few years.
Funny thing about Little Rock Southwest, don't know if you know this, but Paul Calley is an assistant on that staff.
Yeah. They actually hired a very impressive staff when they first started.
They did.
We'll see how how those guys really, are able to attract the talent that's there in Southwest Little Rock, and there's a lot of talent in that area, and it's going to be an uphill battle for Southwest, but the talent pool is there.
What is it? The former Fayetteville and Bauxite head coach?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Coach Patton.
Coach Patton.
Yeah.
Daryl Patton.
A bunch of Bryant guys that have found their way over to Little Rock Southwest.
And Daryl Patton was actually on Paul Calley's staff there for
That's
a little
right.
while.
Yeah. I remember, so funny story, when I moved, so I think I've told this story before, but I have, by luck, been a Hornet pretty much my entire life. So I went to Bryant. I graduated from Bryant. At one point, I think it was ninth grade, I moved with my dad to Amarillo, Texas, and I played for Highland Park. Not that Highland Park. This was another Highland Park that's in Amarillo, little tiny school. No one's ever heard of it. I'm pretty sure it's just us that lived in the apartment complex went to that school. And but I never knew this until I was coming back from Colorado earlier this year, and I took a wrong turn and ended up in Amarillo. And as I came by, I played for them, but I never even knew. But they were the Highland Park Hornets, and I never thought about that. Now with Maumelle, so just an interesting story there that kind of followed me along of being a Hornet, forever. But
seems like you just can't get away from the Hornets now.
Yeah. The funny thing is when I moved back, so when I came back, I played football there, and when I came back, I did not like Coach Patton. Him and my first ever my first ever experience with Patton was I was in the courtyard at Bryant High School, and he walks by. I think it was my sophomore year, and he walks by, and I was a chubby little. I wasn't fat, but I had a little. I was a chubby 10. I'm still a chubby guy, but he walked by.
Big boned.
Yeah, there you go. And he patted my stomach. He said, "I don't know if you're right for football." I was like, "Okay, fine. I don't want to play for you." All right, so we're ready for the second half here from Greenbrier. As Greenbrier's got it teed up, and Turnage is ready to kick it off. Knight and Pace back deep as they've switched spots, and let's see if they've hidden Knight well enough to get a return. There's the kick back deep. Knight will get a shot at this one. No, Speck took it from him at the 18. Now Speck going to be tripped around the 25, breaks a tackle, and pulled down at the 29-yard line, 30-yard line, and that's where the Hornets will start this drive in the second half.
I think Jesse Knight was moving up there to grab that, and then he saw that Speck was definitely going to grab it, and he just backed off from it.
Hunter Speck he's kind of that Swiss Army knife on the offensive side. He's a great receiver out of the slot, and he makes some of the most incredible catches. You know, we're very thankful to Brooke Brolo, Allstate Insurance Agent, for sponsoring our Allstate Good Hands Catch of the Game. And I think Hunter's won that 4 times out of 10 games this year. So he's got great hands, probably the best hands on the team. All right, so here we go. Crawford starts things off in the backfield for the Hornets. Pierce gets the snap. Looking right, throwing right, wants Speck, overthrew him as he let him a little bit too much. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10.
Now, Amari Rogers, does he get a lot of action catching the balls, or is he more of a blocking tight end?
Rogers is a phenomenal blocking tight end. He's got all the size, 6'3", I think about 220, 225. He's got some work to do in route running. He's got good hands. He's a guy that they can really build this offense around going forward, just a junior. So Pierce looking, wants to go right. He's got Rod, makes the catch, now looking to make a man miss. Breaks a tackle down to the 35-yard line. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Hornets here on their first drive of the second half.
Decent gain to try to make it a little bit more manageable on this 3rd down.
Yeah, your playbook's pretty much wide open on this one. They will not bring Knight in as they're going to stick with Crawford, it looks like. Now Brookhagen will come out. Speck will come in. This Greenbrier crowd making their presence felt here as we're down to 15 seconds on the play clock. Clock is running, 11:14 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Crawford's your back. Pierce.
I think we might see a run here.
Pierce fakes it, looking, throwing, no. Now he's got Speck. Oh, and Speck couldn't bring it in. Dropped it, and that'll bring up 4th down.
If he catches that ball, that's a 1st down, and it definitely would have had me eating my words right there, thinking they were about to run the ball.
It was a great route. He was right where he needed to be. He needed 5. They had him at about 6 yards across the middle, and I was just sitting here talking about how great a hand Speck has, and he let that one go through him.
See, and I think that just speaks to how their formations. It's hard to tell what they're about to do. Their formations look like they could either run the ball or pass the ball. It's hard to tell, especially from a defensive point of view.
All right, so Dez set to punt, snap back, gets it away, and he's hit. And that's going to be a penalty. It was 4th and 5, so we're going to see. That's definitely going to be a running into, as that's a PI roofing penalty. And let's see what they call a personal foul. Obviously, I think it's just running into. I don't think it's the roughing penalty, but they just needed 5. This is going to be really close. And I would not be surprised if it's just inches short if they don't bring the offense back out and go with a quarterback sneak. So the PI roofing is running into the kicker on Greenbrier.
Running into the punter.
And it's enough for a Hornet 1st down. That's a McClarty Nissan 1st down, and the Hornets get another big break in the second half.
Those are the type of mistakes that you have to make these teams pay for, especially in the playoffs like this.
Yeah, this is an opportunity now for the Hornets. You can get right back into your offense, what you want to do. I bet you see 20 on the field right now, and let's see if the Hornets try to really eat up some clock and get the ball down the field and get 7 here. These Greenbrier fans are booing, but it was a pretty obvious running into the kicker penalty and just a bad situation to get it in because it was just a 5-yard, just needed 5, but it's 1st down. Knight is your running back as he moves to the right side of Pierce. They're going to give it to him. No, faked it, took it out, wants to go deep, throwing deep, looking for Watts. Watts goes up, makes the catch. Watts has got it to 20, 10, 5, touchdown,
wow.
Hornets. That is the best wide receiver in 5A right there, baby. Are you serious right now? Roderick Watts went up over top of the defenders, took it away from 2 guys, and gets in the end zone for the Hornets. My goodness gracious.
Talk about Pierce fitting it into a window. I'm talking about in between two defenders, just barely got it in there, and they made that Greenbrier defense pay. Wow, that was an amazing play. Talk about coming out in the second half swinging. That's just exactly what you wanted if you're the Hornets right now.
Well, and you said it. They took advantage of the mistake by Greenbrier. You were given an extra opportunity, and you did what you had to do with a great throw by Pierce, great catch by Watts, and a big score for the Hornets.
In the playoffs, those are the teams that win, the teams that make the other team pay for their mistakes.
You are absolutely right, Jake. Boy, what a play. Sorry, I'm doing my normal Twitter update over here, but boy, oh boy. I mean, I cannot say just how impressed I am with this Hornet team right now here in this ball game. They have come out here and really taken it to this Greenbrier team.
We're waiting to get the ball set. I'm not really sure what's going on down there right now.
Yeah, there was a conversation, and I don't know what the conversation was about, but now we are still trying to get everything lined up, so this is working out perfect for me.
Okay. Oh, the head coach is down there at Greenbrier was having a conversation with the officials. I did not even see that down there.
I mean, does he want a late offensive pass interference call? I mean, I don't know.
Okay, Bruchhagen is getting back for the kick now.
Brookhagen.
Yep. Okay, my bad.
No, you're good. I had it wrong for a long time. So Brookhagen snaps there, kick his line drive up, and it is good, and the Hornets extend their lead out to 28-14.
Man, what a pass. I'm talking about that was a dime from Pierce. That was such a good pass.
Boy, oh boy. I mean, I don't, I'm always the eternal optimist. I always want to think that our Hornets have a chance every time. And I know, I'll tell you this. Horton and I get to talk to Horton a lot, very often throughout the week. And I know we had a tough little patch there between PA and Whitehall when we had some tough things happen. And he said it on our Hornets Live show on Tuesday night that he had to bring the guys together. We all kind of had to have a meeting out on the field and decide who's in this family, who wants to push forward and continue to go for that goal of a state title. But the one thing that I saw out of Horton this week, and probably the bye week, being able to breathe for a week and kind of get your bearings back, get Rod back healthy as he missed senior night, it's the first time this season I've seen Horton that confident. And it shows on the field tonight.
And I talk about a good time to do it. That receiver was blanketed by two defenders.
So now that's Kemp, the little pooch kick. That's going to be fair caught at the 34-yard line, and that's where Greenbrier will start this drive here in the third quarter.
But back to what I was saying, that receiver was just blanketed by two guys. I mean, if it was a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, he's not catching that ball. But he just made a perfect pass right there.
It's a great throw, and obviously a candidate for our Brook Brolo All-State Agency Good Hands catch of the game. And another Brooks Insurance Agency touchdown for the Hornets, 4 of them here tonight. All right, so Wilcox. First possession for Greenbrier in the second half. He'll hand this one away to Hewitt to the right. Hewitt met by Max Pace as well as Murphy. Give him 4. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 38.
From the start, Maxwell Pace, number 1. 8 was also in there. C.J. Murphy.
This Hornet defense, very opportunistic tonight. And this is the defense that I know that we talked about early in the season that we knew would be a strength of this team. And they're showing it tonight. Now Wilcox. Stevens in motion. Or Spencer, sorry. Now Wilcox wants to throw. Oh, it was nearly intercepted by Whitley. And boy, Nico gave Wilcox a shot. The fans don't like it, but it was good and clean. Great play by the Predator as he got in there and made a big play. And the Hornets got a third down here for the Panthers.
If Whitley can keep getting in these passing lanes in the middle of the field like that, I mean, he's going to make them pay, and they're going to have to change their scheme up a bit because that's what they've been wanting to do this whole game so far.
Whitley's one of my favorite players on this defense. Such a hard-working linebacker, just a junior. Both of these linebackers are juniors. Again, good pieces to build on in the future. Wilcox looking left, pressure coming. Now wants to go to the right, overthrew everybody as that one's incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
We have some people in the stands over here trying to call for a PI, but it was so overthrown. There's no way you're getting a PI on that one.
No, and I didn't see a hold. I didn't see anything there. Good defense by the Hornets. It'll be 4th down, and Wilcox comes off the field. Hewitt in there to punt again. That short little short punt or short set here. Now he'll back up to the 30, and that's where he'll get it. He'll get the snap. He will kick this one away. High punt. Wow. A lot of hang time on this one. Going to hit at the 31, takes a Hornet bounce all the way back to the 40. And the Hornets going to get great field position here, 60 yards away from pay dirt, as they'll start this one from the 40-yard line.
You know, I wanted to say this when they were running the ball earlier. When pace is such an important part of that defense, because, you know, when you have a safety that can move up to the line of scrimmage so fast on the run like that, it's huge. That's what people at the next level look for in safeties, people that can really come at the run real hard like that.
I'm glad you said that, because Pace is a guy that, I mean, again, another undervalued guy on this team that should get some looks at the next level as an opportunity. And, you know, he's kind of a guy that gets left back there on that island, especially with how active Jesse is on the field. All right, so here we go. Pierce, he's got a motion man. I believe that's Rod. They'll give it up the middle. And, woo, that looked like a face mask. And it is. There's the PI roofing penalty. Face mask is called. And that is not Candler, but I'm not sure who it is.
22. You said
that should be Jordan Candler, but he is not supposed to be playing, and that does not look like Jordan. I mean, Jordan's a little stockier than that 22. I'm not even sure if Jordan made the personal foul. Face mask is the PI roofing penalty. That's going to give the Hornets 15, and they're going to be in Greenbrier territory at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Now keep walking. It's 15 of them, and he does all the way to the 45. Well, he'll take 16 to the 44. So 1st and 10 here. McClarty Nissan, first down for the Hornets. 9:42 to go in the first half and counting. Well, the Hornets will hustle to the line. Got plenty of time here. Still 18 seconds left. I know Christian Clay was wearing 21. That may be Candler. I'm not sure. They'll snap it, hand it away to Candler to the right side. And looking, trying to push forward. He's stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one.
They had the box stacked right there, so it was going to be a really tough job trying to run the ball and getting good yardage on that one.
I may have to step into the coach's booth here in a minute and find out who in the world 22 is. So my conversation with Coach in the pregame is that Candler was not available tonight, so we'll see if that is actually Jordan. All right, so 2nd down and 10 as now Crawford's your running back. Dez split to the left, Rod to the right. Rogers is your tight end. Now Crawford to the right side of Pierce. That's offsides. They don't throw the flag. Yeah, they do.
There it is.
There's the PI roofing penalty as the side judge does throw it. I'm a little surprised they threw that flag because he got back. And
it was pretty late. It was pretty late. You know, if they don't throw it instantly like that, you're like, okay, they're not going to throw it. And then they just ended up coming out from the one on the far sideline.
I love Pancake. Big 65 Kelby Forte. He was having a conversation with the guys in blue across from him there. So Pierce used the hard count, got him to jump off sides, and now it's 2nd and 5. Crawford still your running back. Now Pierce looking, that's where he'll give it. Crawford trying to get the outside. He makes one man miss, cuts inside a Big Baby, gets the pancake, and give him 3. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 2 for the Hornets.
That was a good job by Crawford for getting something out of probably a busted play right there. It could have been a loss of yardage, but he managed to get a few out of it.
Poor 84 Gabe Rowe got up real slow after that block from Big 72, Andrew Chambly. Andrew Chambly's a guy that I'm excited to see get up to the hill and play for the Hogs. All right, so now I believe that's Jesse in the backfield as Pierce, 3rd and 2, gets the snap. He'll give it away to Knight. Knight cuts back to the left. Knight's little cut. Spin move's going to get him the first down. Inside down to the 31-yard line. That'll be a McClarty Nissan first down. And that's the difference. Again, we talk about the speed of Knight, but his ability to cut, right? I mean, I'll use the overused phrase, cut on a dime, but he did. I mean, right at the line of scrimmage, there was a guy there waiting on him. He makes one cut and is able to get 4 yards and a first down.
You know, with this type of a lead, that our size at offensive line, we could just lean on these guys and just try to push our way to the end zone.
Absolutely. So Pierce waiting here, pistol formation, got Knight behind him. The Hornets now in no hurry to try to snap this one as they're going to let it get under 10. Now Pierce gets the snap. He'll hand it away to Knight. Knight looking for a hold of the left. Breaks one tackle, but going to be met and pulled down. That is number 4, Preston Riddle on that tackle. Good play there by Riddle.
Hewitt got in on that tackle as well. Not surprised.
Yeah. In 5A, you know, you don't see a whole lot of guys playing both ways, but you get a few, and usually those are your studs. And Nick Hewitt's one heck of a special player for Greenbrier. So 2nd and 10 as we're just now under 7 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Crawford now your running back. He'll move to the right side of Pierce. Pierce gets the snap, looking, wants to step up into the pocket. He does. That ball got tipped, throwing deep. He's got Watson. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, boy, a great play there by Greenbrier to come away with that one. That's 40. That's going to be number 40.
There's going to be a personal foul on 65 as well.
Shannon Howard. That's Kelby Forte who's going to get the penalty. Yeah, there's the PI Roofing penalty flag sitting at the 47-yard line.
And there is a flag down at the 48.
So, boy, Rod, I thought for a second Rod was actually going to be able to get there. That ball, the problem was is Weston took a shot just as he threw it, and the ball was kind of a lame duck through the air. It was actually surprising that he threw it as far as he did.
No, I was wondering because it was just wobbling up there, and it somehow made it all the way to the end zone.
So the PI Roofing penalty will be unsportsmanlike conduct on the Hornets. So instead of the 20, this drive will start at the 35-yard line for Greenbrier, and the big first turnover of the game for the Hornets.
Panthers will have the ball.
Shannon Howard, I believe, was the one that had that interception. Great job there by Greenbrier. And now let's see how the Hornet defense responds. See Nico having a conversation with a man in stripes. Probably saying, hey, you wanna call one of these holds?
Starting to look like Trey Williams for the Hogs out there.
You are not kidding. You'll say you were asking me about Amari Rogers. I call him our Trey Knox because he's such a good blocker, but when he gets the ball in his hands, he's a lot of fun. He'll run some folks over. All right, here we go. So first down, 6:36 to go here in the third. Greenbrier, ball from the 35. Now look, hand this one up in the middle. Hewitt's got a lot of room as McClure going to ride him out. A nice gain of about 13 all the way to the 48-yard line, and that'll be a first down for the Panthers.
That interception seemed to have little fire on this Greenbrier team, so let's see if we can't get a stop to that.
And Snap looking to the right. They'll give it to Hewitt again. The Hornets, that's Murphy, missed him on first contact. And, boy, late throw down here by Big 62 as he was fighting with McGarrah, but give him 6, and it'll be 2nd and 4 for the Panthers. And I am being told that is Jordan, so good to see Jordan in the game.
Second down and 4 for the Panthers.
He just doesn't look like the normal Jordan Candler. It just looks a little slight of size. Now,
seems to be a little confusion in the backfield right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was, but now they'll get the snap off. Wilcox gets it looking to his left. Wants to throw, looking deep. He's got a man in the seam and caught. Big play as they're going to trip him up in the end zone, and that's a touchdown for the Panthers. 52 yards on that one. Sorry, 46 yards on that one. A big touchdown pass for Wilcox.
This is something we talked about. They can score in a hurry with big bombs like this. You know, when this offense gets rolling, it's a little tough to stop them. So next time the defense comes out on the field, we're going to really need a stop out of them.
That's a great play there, and that's going to give, obviously, a little more confidence to Greenbrier. Extra point, it's up, it's good. And just like that, it's 28-21. Hornets lead with 5:42 to go in the third. I like the sound and all the fun stuff they do here. They got a great game day atmosphere here in Greenbrier.
You know, I've heard this said more than once, is that when you're on defense, the best thing that you can do as a defense is to never have to get out of your base defense, never have to run any kind of stunts, never have to do anything like that. And the reason we threw that interception is because Greenbrier started having to run a stunt, and I don't think we had really seen them blitz that hard all game, and I think it might have just taken Pierce by surprise a little bit. So I think now that they're ready for it, maybe we can get back to what we were doing and getting that ball on the ground and just pound it.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I like the idea to try to go with the play action there and go deep, and it's worked for you several times tonight. But again, give Greenbrier credit. They brought a good blitz and then were able to get to Pierce. So Hornets will have to regroup here offensively and try to find points again here, as it's just a 7-point game, and I got a feeling our fireworks are far from over in this one. So Turnage ready to kick it. He'll kick it deep, and Knight's going to get a chance, I think. He's chasing it back. He'll get it at the 5. Now Knight looking, no help on that side. He's going to be met at the 18, 19-yard line. And that's where the Hornets will start this drive, 1st and 10 from the 19, and this Greenbrier crowd has come alive again after that play.
I think they might have been expecting the squib right there because, I mean, he kicked it over his head 10 yards behind him.
Very late PI roofing penalty, and I think this one's going to be on the Hornets. And this is what the Hornets have got to avoid, and I think that was Jesse who's going to get called for this, is walking off the field as Nico and company are trying to calm him down, and they're going to have to calm him down as he's taking his helmet off, too, on the field. And you need Knight here. It's unsportsmanlike. It will be, well, they called that on Greenbrier.
Oh, sweet.
I think he pointed the wrong way. I do believe he did.
He pointed the wrong way.
About to say, Hornets going to get a huge break there.
Yeah, I was confused. I was sure it was about to be on Jesse Knight.
So half the distance on this one. That'll back it up to around the 7.5-yard line. And I'll call it the 7 exactly. Well, the Hornets deep in their own territory here, starting from the 7. And you know what that does? Two things. It takes Knight off the field right now on offense, too, because the coaches are going to have to calm him down. I know Nico's over there trying to calm him down and make him understand, hey, we need you. There's still a lot of football, still almost 17 or a little over 17 minutes of time on the clock here. So this crowd is loud. They've got their cowbells going as the Hornets will start this drive from the 7, 1st and 10. 5:36 to go in the third. Crawford, your running back, in the pistol formation behind Pierce. Pierce gets the snap. Hands it away to Crawford. Crawford trying to get to the left side and just tripped up at the 10. Give him 3. They'll get him the 11, so give him 4 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd and 6.
It's a good gain on first down.
And again, but that's one of those times where you definitely miss Knight because Knight's speed probably would have got him around that corner. So out to the 11, bring up 2nd down and 6 here for the Hornets. Crawford still your back. Crawford will move to the left side of Pierce. And they'll fake it to Crawford, looking at Speck. Oh, boy. Dez missed the block. And quickly into the backfield. That's number 4. That's going to be Preston Riddle again on the play for Greenbrier and bring up a 3rd and long. That was about a yard. I'm going to call that a yard loss to the 10. So 3rd down and 7 as the Hornets need the 17 for a first down.
Was that trying to be a bubble screen right there, or was that a stop? Was that just a stop route?
No, I think it was going to be a bubble screen, and Dez just missed the block.
That's the first time I've seen him run that bubble screen on this side of the field.
All right, so 3rd down and 7. Pierce gets the snap. Looking, wants to throw it up, throwing deep, looking for Speck. Speck goes up. Did he catch it?
What a catch.
Oh, what a catch by Hunter Speck.
What a catch.
Want to talk about an All-State Good Hands Catch of the Game nominee. That's it. Told you Speck's got the hands. He made a great catch there. What a play by Hunter Speck. And that'll be a McClarty Nissan first down and a much-needed one for the Hornets.
You know, even if we don't get another first down on here, just getting up to this point at least gives us a chance to flip the field if it doesn't work out in these next 4 downs.
Well, and slow that momentum that Greenbrier picked up after the pick. They were able to go down the field, get the touchdown. If you turn it over or you go 3 and out right there, you're playing right into the hands of this crowd and this Greenbrier team. So Pierce hands this note, fakes it to Crawford. He's got Dez this time. Dez makes the catch, looking for a block, trying to break a tackle. He'll get out to the 34-yard line.
Pass is complete to number 9.
That'll be a
gain of 6.
Gain of 6.
Williams on the stop, number 2.
So 2nd down and 4, 3:39 and counting to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Jesse Knight back in the ball game.
Good to see Jesse back on the field. And I don't want to see the Hornets get out of their tempo here, but I'd like to see this last 3 minutes run off the clock with the Hornets still possessing the ball. So Pierce. That's Knight in motion. They'll give it away to him. Knight cuts up the middle, trying to get across the 35. He will to the 37. He's going to be very close to a first down to the 38, and it is. It's going to be a McClarty Nissan first down for the Hornets.
Knight's speed right there. It looked like he was already at the line of scrimmage before they even stepped to before the defensive line stepped to the left right there.
That cut is just, it's so quick. It's so good. He finds that hole. His vision is great. And again, Jesse Knight, a guy that I wish he was a junior. I wish we could have one more year with 20. Well, let's get one more week with 20 for sure. So Pierce, clock running here now under 3. Gets the snap, fakes it to Jesse. Jesse picks up the block, now throws this one up for Dez. And Dez, he couldn't come down with it as he tried to grab it with just one hand. We do have a PI roofing penalty, and that might be a hold on Greenbrier. Let's see what this call is. Nope, ineligible man downfield for the Hornets. I think I think Dez must have been covered up on that one. And I think that is what the call is. It's going to be an ineligible man downfield. And let's see what Coach Tribble wants to do.
Illegal receiver downfield for the Hornets.
So let's see. They will take the penalty. I believe they do. So that'll back them up and make it 1st and 15.
It'll be 1st and 15.
Little surprised he took that penalty, since it was an incomplete pass. Either way, 1st down and 15 for the Hornets. 2:44 left in our third. I want to say thanks again to everybody watching. Make sure you guys are sharing the stream if you're watching on Facebook. Now Pierce, Knight behind him. This crowd gets loud again. Pierce trying to get him to jump. They won't. Now he looks, fakes it away. Now looks to the right, throws it high. Nice catch by Rod as he comes down hard. Crowd likes it, but it's still a gain of 7, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Great job by Rod just to bring that one down.
He's hit by number 32, Jackson Hart. A gain of a couple yards. 2nd down.
I think they forgot there was a 5-yard penalty there as well. So it's a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down and 8 for the Hornets with 2:20 and counting left in the third. Trying to make Rod tighter in the formation here. Motion man is Knight. They'll fake it there. Now give it to Dez on the end around. Dez trying to get around the corner. Boy, that was played well by Greenbrier.
I was really thinking they were fooled there for a second, but Hewitt came over there and made the play.
That was a great play by Greenbrier to get there, because you're right. It looked like he was going to have a lane when he got around the corner, and it just wasn't there. So big 3rd down here, as we are under 2 minutes to play here in the third. Need the 48 for a 1st down. 3rd down, 8 to go. Crawford's your running back. 2 set to the left here. Now they'll move Crawford to the left. Pierce gets the snap. Looking, wants to throw. He's got Crawford. Instead, he's got to step up. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Threw it away. That ball's going to be intercepted in return for a touchdown. And that's a tough break there for Weston Pierce and the Hornets, as that's number 8, Jacob Mathis with the pick 6, and we've got a tie ball game.
You know, I was just about to say I'd like to see him run the ball here, just because, I mean, you know, I don't know. They were just in a bad position at field position right there, you know, and when you get up to the 50-yard line, you know, you're already going to flip the field on them, and your defense has been playing well all night. You know, you might want to just run the ball right there. But it was a good try. You know, he saw his receiver on the sideline, and he started getting tackled and just let it fly, and he got burned for it.
Yeah, that's one of those as Weston. You just got to eat that. Take the sack, punt it away. Instead, kick is up. Kick is good, and we're all tied up. Now this is where you learn about your team, because this is a huge opportunity for the Hornets. You got 1:20 left in the third. All the momentum has obviously moved over to the home team here. You've made some kind of boneheaded plays, gotten yourself some unsportsmanlike calls. I think right now what I would love to see, and I see it right now, I think that's Horton that's got his entire offense and a bunch of other guys over there in a huddle, and they're really having a big conversation. Just get this team, just settle them down. You're not hurt. It's a tie ball game. You got plenty of football left. If you can take the ball down and drive and score a touchdown here, you quiet this crowd down again, and you're right back where you want to be.
A lot of time left. Basically, just starting back over. 0-0 right here, and let's just get the ball down the field.
All right. What would work, what would be fantastic here is to get to see number 20 break one off and find the end zones to change the momentum. All right, again, thanks to everybody joining us in the comments. We appreciate it. Appreciate everybody joining. I hope you're enjoying our broadcast tonight. I'm having a good time with Jake, as he's doing a great job for us tonight, man. Appreciate you jumping in on short notice and giving us some assistance.
I appreciate you giving me a chance. Let me come up here. I'm having a great time watching this playoff football.
Not a much better seat in the house to be able to watch a good 5A matchup either.
Especially with this cold out here.
Yes. So Turnage kicks this one. Jesse's going to get a chance from the 12. He'll bring this one back out. He's across the 20 trying to get some blocks. They're not there. He's going to be tripped up and trying to break free, and he won't at the 21. Hornets might have got away with a hold there as well, but the Hornets will start this drive from the 21-yard line. 1st and 10, all tied up with 1:13 to go in the third. I tell you, I know that obviously as a very biased lover of our Hornets, I keep looking at that clock thinking this game is dragging on. And I guess that's just because we're up and I'm wanting it to run out. But, boy, it is seemingly drug on this entire game.
I think that's what it is, because I keep looking over there the same way, hoping that this quarter ends when we were up by a touchdown right there.
All right, so Pierce got Crawford to his left. Motion man is Watts. They'll give it away to Crawford up the middle. Crawford goes to the right side. He's got a little bit of room, breaks the tackle all the way out to around the 27-yard line. Let's see where they spot this. That's a good carry by Crawford on first down. That'll bring up a second down and about 5.
They've been running them out wide. It seems like the past 2 drives getting runs way out towards the boundary. So cutting it up the middle, it showed a little bit of room right there.
So they spot that one at the 28. That's going to bring actually a 2nd and 4 here. Crawford still your back. He'll move to the right side of Pierce. Pierce gets the snap. He'll hand it to Crawford again. A good seam up the middle. Crawford's got room to run. He's across the 40 and down to the 47-yard line. And that'll be a McClarty Nissan first down for Jason Crawford.
What a great run by Crawford. And that right there maybe gets this offense to settle down a little bit, get back in the rhythm of what you had going in the first half and earlier in the second half. So let's just see if they can't build off that.
I don't even know if I would snap it here. We'll see if they do. 20 seconds. You can run it out with 22 on the play clock. Crawford will go to the left side of Pierce. Let's see if they do. They will move spec. They're going to snap it. They'll hand it to Crawford. Crawford trying to get a block, and he's tripped up in the backfield. He'll lose a yard.
I understand them snapping the ball. Maybe keep giving it to the hot hands. Crawford right there with, the first 5-yard gain, and then I don't know how many yards he just gained with that big run right there. But maybe just trying to keep it in the hot hand.
Yeah, just trying to steal a play there, too. Well, that's going to do it for our third quarter. We're going to head to our Acre Family Pharmacy fourth quarter when we come back.
My name is Brandon Aker. I'm the owner and pharmacist here at Acre Family Pharmacy in Maumelle. So here in our pharmacy, we like to focus on a hyper-personalized relationship with our patients, and that continues into our service sets. So we offer free delivery, curbside vaccinations, as well as custom compounded medications, including extended hours as well. I think you don't know the level of intimacy that you're going to get with your patients until you really get in it, and I can't imagine doing anything else.
All right, welcome back, everybody. We are ready for the start of our Acre Family Pharmacy fourth quarter. Hornets ball, 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line. We need to get to the Greenbrier 43 for a first down. Knight, they'll fake it. Now Weston wants to run with him. Weston trying to go to the left side. He is taken down in the backfield. No gain on the play. And it'll be 3rd down and 11. I don't mind it, but I think you ran out of surprises on the big run by Weston earlier. All right, so big 3rd down here. 3rd down and 11. 11:39 to go. And, this takes me back to what we were talking about in the pregame, a team that has to learn how to win in these situations. This is the moment you've got to do it. This is when you prove, are you really one of the best teams in the 5A Central? Right here's where you prove it, by finishing this game off and getting the W. Now Knight to the right side of Pierce. Weston gets the snap. He's looking, wants to throw, steps up into the pocket, now wants to throw deep. He's looking for Rogers, and Rogers went up. Couldn't come down with it. No flags on the play, and that'll bring up a 4th down as Rogers maybe stopped a yard too early to be able to get up and get that ball. So punt team onto the field for the Hornets, and we've got to, now the defense has really got to step up and get a big play here, and we go back to our 4 keys. We need the defense to force another big turnover here.
No, you got to refer to the defense as the firefighters. There's a fire out there on the field. They got to come out here and put that fire out.
All right, so Dez back and ready to kick it. Just snap, has to pick it up off the ground, and now he's got trouble. He does good job just to get that kick out of there. The ball is going to bound and take a Hornet roll inside the 30, and boy,
wow.
Hornets catch a huge break here.
Huge break.
All the way down to the 21-yard line, and that's where Greenbrier will start. And I tell you, the Hornets have seemingly got every break in this one. You better break the scoreboard with a victory. Golly.
I think I just saw Pace do a little wave of his hand to see if he can't get the ball and roll a couple more yards.
All right. So, again, big thanks to our friends over at Acre Family Pharmacy for being our sponsor of our fourth quarter. And I'm excited to announce that Acre Family Pharmacy will join us in basketball season and will be the sponsor of all of the trips to the free throw line during the Hornets basketball season. So here we go. That is Spencer, who runs onto the field late. Now Wilcox gets the snap. He'll hand it up the middle. No, he kept it. Now trying to get away from the pressure, and the Hornets will pull him down. But Wilcox does a great job to get about 4 out of that.
That was a good job by Wilcox to break that tackle from Nico. He doesn't miss too many tackles like that.
He can now officially say that I have broken the tackle of a future SEC defensive lineman. He did. Just got away from the fingertips of Nico. Give him 5 on the play. Second down. Now Hewitt into the backfield. He's the left side of Wilcox. Now back to the right side is snap. Now they'll give it to Hewitt to the left, and Murphy just about had him. Good blocking by Greenbrier, and that'll be a first down as Whitley comes in to make the tackle, but not before they get out to the 39, and a first down for the Panthers. So clock running here now, 10:15 to go in this ball game. Wilcox gets the snap again, goes to Hewitt. Now outside, and good job. His pace was there. Cuts inside Hewitt. Give him 2 on the play. Second down and 8.
The Hornets defense looked like they were ready for that run right there. They looked like they were expecting to run.
I tell you, there's really not a whole lot of creativity in this offense out of Greenbrier. It's pretty much the same plays left and right. I mean, it's almost like your old student body left, student body right, and then figure out something to do with your quarterback, your very mobile, athletic quarterback.
No, they're either running with Hewitt, running with Wilcox, or they're throwing it down the middle. That big deep ball. That's just what they like to do.
So second down and 7. Snap, and that was all messed up in the backfield. Oh, let's see. We get a face mask?
No flag.
Close. I thought Harrison got him, but I think he just grabbed the helmet. Let's see. I think what he got was the crown of the helmet, and that just made it look bad. I couldn't tell for sure.
No, from this angle, I thought we were about to get a face mask call, but it was good job by not grabbing that face mask. It looks like the top of the helmet.
Now these Hornet players are asking for some noise from that Maumelle sideline. Third down and 7 for the Panthers. Hornets need a stop. See if they can get some pressure here on Wilcox. That ball's on the ground. McClure coming. Nico coming, trying to get him. He's going to throw this one up, and he's got a man, but he threw it out of bounds, and the Hornets get a stop. Great job there by the defense to get the stop. Oh, what is that? What? Oh, I think that might be unsportsmanlike on Greenbrier. Very late PI roofing penalty, and I do think you're going to get a penalty here on Greenbrier. Unsportsmanlike, and it is on Greenbrier, as he had some words that the official heard, and that'll cost him 15, and that's going to help the Hornets get great field position on this next drive.
Things are getting a little chippy out there. You can definitely tell this is playoff football, and these players don't want their season to end.
Yeah, that's right. And, I mean, again, you look at – either one of these teams, this is a Hornet team that's senior loaded. I mean, but this is also a Greenbrier team that was picked to finish 3rd in the West, and a team that goes undefeated and really rolled through everybody all year long. So, yeah, it would probably be a huge disappointment if this Greenbrier team cannot get this victory.
But this is exactly what we needed this Hornet defense to do. After our offense has been stalling, we have a couple mistakes. This is exactly what we needed out of our defense.
This is an opportunity for Jesse Knight to provide one heck of an electric play here. 4th down, about 22 or so. This is a long way to go. They're going to punt. Knight's back. Pace is kind of your middleman here, your safety guy. Now your white hat. I think he was probably explaining to Tribble what was said. As he finally gets into position, and now we're ready. 8:57 to go. It was an incomplete pass. Hewitt gets the ball up off the ground, kicks it away. Good kick. Going to be returnable, though. Jesse's got it from the 38. Makes a man miss at the 35 or 42. Cross midfield. 45. He may go. 35-30. Inside to the 25-yard line. And the electric Jesse Knight does it again.
Man, you don't see too many players that are just able to do that. He was surrounded by 3 Greenbrier players and just somehow scoots out of there and makes a huge gain out of it.
Man, I have no idea how he made that. But I think I say that at least once a game. I have no idea how Jesse did that.
I'm going to go back to what you said earlier in the game. I wish this kid was a junior because having him back next year would be huge.
Absolutely. Boy, big play there. And the Hornets, great field position as they'll start this drive at the Greenbrier 25-yard line. All right. It's funny. I think some of these fans can hear us, especially me, when I get to yelling real loud. I'm like, you should hear me when we have a booth with windows that open. All right. So Crawford is your back. Pierce at quarterback. Motion man is Speck.
Pierce fakes it, looking, throws it quickly at Speck. Rod, nice block. Oh, Speck lost his footing. What a move! Down to the 10 and pushed out of bounds at the 7. What a move by Hunter Speck. Watch this. Whoa, what a move.
He got him out of his shoes on that one, that's for sure.
Oh, boy, big play there. The Hornets, another McClarty Nissan first down. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 7.
Speck has really made kind of an impact on this second half. He's really making his mark on this game.
Speck is such an impressive player and a very, very confident player. All right, so Pierce, Crawford's going to go to his right. Pierce gets the snap, hands it away to Crawford up the middle to the left side, bounces it around, ball's out. Ball's out. Let's see. I think Greenbrier may have fell on it. Let's see what this is. And see who came out of there with it. And Greenbrier come out of there with it. Boy, oh boy, big, big play by the Greenbrier defense to knock that ball out. And Greenbrier will take over inside the 10-yard line at the 5 after the fumble. Make it the 6 is where Greenbrier will start. Boy.
That's really disappointing when it seems like things were not going our way here in the end of the third quarter, beginning of this fourth, and things just finally start going our way. And we just have a little mistake like that, and those are the type of mistakes that can make you lose playoff football games.
Trying to get over that proverbial hump that we like to call, and the Hornets just couldn't get over it there. So we stay tied at 28, 8:27 to go in this ball game. Hewitt's your running back in the pistol formation behind Wilcox. There's the snap. They'll give it away to Hewitt. And that is bottled up. Look at the Hornets at the 5. What a play there by the defense to get that stop.
Defense coming out here to give them an answer. Greenbrier sideline and crowd seem to be a little fired up, and defense coming out here to put that fire out.
A 3-and-out here would also be really, really big for the Hornets to try to get this, not only just to get the ball back, but to stem any momentum they may get from that fumble. Boy, Hornets had a chance there to take the lead here late in this one. 2nd down and 11 for the Panthers. Again, pistol formation. Hewitt behind Wilcox. Motion man is Mathis. Snap, fakes it. Wilcox looking to his over the middle, and what a catch. A great catch. Boy, as that was Mathis who held on to that one. And that'll be a 1st down out to the 19-yard line for the Panthers.
He was still juggling it there for a second. I thought Jesse Knight was going to be able to knock it out of his hands after he was falling down, but he did. But he held on to it.
Great concentration by Mathis just to come down with that. All right, so fresh set of downs now. Wilcox, Hewitt behind him. He'll give it away to Hewitt to the left side. Hewitt gets a nice block, but the Hornets were ready. No gain, maybe a yard is Pace along with Murphy and Harrison and Whitley. A lot of Hornets in on that tackle. Give him a yard. I guess they're going to give him 2 to the 21-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 8. And these Hornet fans, there's a lot of Hornet fans sitting down, and I think you'd be a lot warmer if you'd stand up. Make some noise. Big opportunity here for the fans to make an impact for the Hornets as we've traveled well here. Just our 8th road game of the year. Now Wilcox gets the snap. Low snap, corrals it. McClure trying to get there. Now Harrison, the Hornets are in the backfield, and Wilcox breaks free. How does he get out of that? Now Wilcox across the 30, 40. He's still going. Pace may not catch him. He's got around the corner, and Pace does just trip him up. Wow. There is a PI roofing penalty way back here, though, so let's see what that's going to be. Hang on. This may come back. Hornets may get another big break. Boy, how in the world did Cooper Wilcox get out of that? Hornets should have had a 3rd and forever, and instead somehow he breaks out of it. The penalty flag is at the 32. If it's a hold, that's where it'll be assessed from. It is a hold.
They're walking it back.
And so the result of the play will be a 1st down, I believe. And then they'll back it up 10, and it'll basically be 2nd down or 1st down and 8, I believe is the way this is going to be ruled. Oh, boy. So big break for the Hornets on the hold.
Okay, so it's going to be like 2nd and 6 is what it was looking like.
Let's see. I'm guessing you're right. I thought because of the completion of the play was a 1st down, it should be 1st and either way, we'll take it. 2nd down and 6. How many does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How can you make that? That was 12 men on the field. How can you make that substitute? That's an illegal substitution. They're not going to throw the flag, though. They're going to call, and instead, Greenbrier calls timeout. So Greenbrier calls the timeout. That could be big. 6:24 left in this one. It is 28-28. And now Greenbrier will be facing a 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line.
This game is setting up for what looks like a fantastic finish, and I'm really excited to see what happens here.
All right, so we'll see if the defense can stand up and get a stop here. Again, I mean, that was a magician-style play for Wilcox, because I think Harrison had a shot at him, McClure had a shot at him, I believe Nico had a shot at him. Pretty much everybody on the defense had a shot at him, and somehow he got away and ends up racing down the field. But thankfully for the hold, that's going to keep it at least on this side of the field. Oh, boy. All right, so set it up, 6:24 to go in this one. Hornets with 3 timeouts left. Greenbrier just called their first of the half. They've got 2 left. This home stands are full and on their feet as Wilcox with Hewitt behind him. Motion man. Now, Timmons will back off. Wilcox looking. He thought about the slant. Now he's going to throw the wheel route to Mathis. He's got him, and he overthrew him. Boy, Hornets caught a break. That was not Mathis. That was actually Miles Miller on the wheel route.
You know, it might be cold outside, but I am sweating in here just because the excitement on the field tonight is just going crazy. I'm talking about this game is high-strung. It is very fun to watch.
I'm with you. I've had to shed the hoodie. Yeah. It is warm in this booth, and this is a big 3rd down for the Hornets. 3rd down and 7, 6:17 left. You get a stop here, and you've got a great opportunity to run some clock and try to get a score here in the 4th. Wilcox, Hewitt to his right. Gets the snap. He wants to go left. Looking now over the middle. He's got Mathis. Makes the catch. A big hit by Pace, but he's got enough for the 1st down. 1st down to the 31. That's a big 3rd down conversion for the Panthers, and a great little route there by Mathis to get it.
That's the first time I've seen him throw that ball in the middle of the field in a while now. It looks like they're going to try to go back to it after staying away from it for a while.
And those good quick passes there definitely help Wilcox avoid the pressure that the Hornets have been able to put on him tonight. All right, so new set of downs, 1st and 10. Wilcox gets the snap. He'll hand it away to Hewitt to the left. Hewitt's got a nice hole, and he'll get 8, maybe 9 yards all the way out to the 39-yard line. And he's going to be about 2 yards shy of a 1st down. It'll be 2nd and 2 for the Panthers.
It looked like Murphy was tugging on that ball, trying to get it out of those paws of Hewitt.
So Miles Miller back onto the field for the Panthers. Hewitt out, and Spencer's in at running back, and he's going to be next to Wilcox here on 2nd down and 2. They'll give this one away to Spencer. He tries to get to the left side. Well blocked. Good job by Greenbrier as McClure tries to get him. Now I believe that's Knight who does make the tackle.
That was a good tackle by Jesse Knight right there.
And that's another Greenbrier 1st down out to the 47-yard line. 1st down here at the 47 for the Panthers. Now we need the defense to stiffen up. Boy, we brought you on for a good one, didn't we, Jake?
You did. You definitely did. I was hoping that this would be a good game, but it's definitely blown out my expectations for sure.
Wilcox, he'll hand this one away. That's Spencer, who somehow is dragging Harrison with him. He'll be taken down along with Whitley on that tackle. And that's another gain of about 4. Bring up 2nd and 6. And right now, Greenbrier's starting to kind of impose their will in the running game. The Hornets are going to have to stiffen up and get a stop.
They've been on the field for what seems like they've been on the field for a long time now. Maybe just because that long run and then the penalty bringing it all the way back, it just kind of makes it feel like that.
Wilcox, he'll give it away. That's Hewitt to the left. Hewitt's got some room. And, boy, he delivered a hit to Knight at the 40. Knight gets up and lets him hear about it, but a great job there by Hewitt down to the 40, and another 1st down for the Panthers. And right now the Panther offense is rolling with a physical nature. That handoff seemed to get to Hewitt much quicker than it has all night, too. I think it was a much better snap. That's been part of the issue for the Panthers. That's a good snap. They'll give it to Hewitt again. He's got room to the left again as they go right. Oh, and a big hit. What a collision.
Good hit by Pace.
McGarrett got a hand in there. He's feeling that as he got his left hand stuck in there. And that's another 4-yard gain, though, right now. Just pounding out 4 to 6 yards every play. That's going to get you in the end zone.
You know, they've been on this defense has been on the field for a long time, and they just keep running that ball. You can see they're starting to get a little tired, I think.
Yeah, Harrison just came out. We'll get big Kyle Vance in it at the nose here as Wilcox with Hewitt next to him. Wilcox gets the snap. He will fake it. He'll run to the left this time. Now Pace is there. Pace stands him up. Got to wrap him up, though, and they'll push him out of bounds. Maybe a yard on that one. That does stop the clock with 3:25 to go.
You know, stopping them just for that little second to let somebody else come and help you out. That's what you got to do.
All right, so 3rd down and 5 here for the Panthers. The announcer says second. The clock. It is 3rd down, though. It's 3rd down and 5. Yeah, but it's 3rd. Wilcox, straight run to the left, got room. Wilcox trying to get around the corner. Oh, boy, about beat Timmons. And now pushed out of bounds. Doesn't matter if it was 2nd or 3rd because it's now 1st down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. 1st down for the Panthers.
Wilcox looking a little beat up in the first half. He does not look beat up anymore. He is definitely getting some good runs in.
He has found a little different gear here in the second half. So clock running here. Well, play clock running. Game clock's at 3:19. Wilcox gets the snap again. Power to the left again. Got room again as they're blocking it up really well down to the 15-yard line. Give him about 7. 2nd down and 3. Nico begging for the hold here.
Man, I know they're not doing it, but it almost seems like they just keep running the same play over and over again. Just keep running it to this side closer to us.
They've definitely found something on the left side away from 5 as they're seeing something there as they continue to go at McClure. Some of that could be McClure's got hands on hips. Now they've moved Nico to that side, and I would expect them to run this one to the right. They get a guy off the field late. 2nd and 3. Wilcox, they will go to the right this time. Got a little, that's Hewitt. And boy, Nico put a shot. Oh, come on! It was late. Oh, Nico gets the late hit on Wilcox. That's going to be 15. It'll be half the distance after the end of the play.
You know, but Nico's momentum was kind of taking him in that direction anyways, and Wilcox kind of turned into him. You know, it was late, and so I understand why they threw the flag, but I don't think Nico was going back there like intentionally trying to do that.
And if Nico was intentionally wanting to do it, he'd have hit him a lot harder. Let's just be honest. I mean, it wasn't a hard hit. Wilcox definitely sold it. It was a similar play that we had in the Bologna game when Nico got penalized. And I mean, again, it's an RPO style play, and if you're going to continue to run with your quarterback's a.
Does Wilcox' helmet not come off in that play?
I don't remember.
I think it did, and I thought you're supposed to sit out a play, but maybe it didn't come off.
So 2.5 minutes to go. That ball's get past. Come on, get on the ball, boys. That ball's rolling and going to be picked up by Wilcox all the way back at the 26. And Wilcox, again, very slow to get up as Brookhagen's going to help him. But that's a big break for the Hornets. Clock running with 2:16 to go. You know, Greenbrier does not want to give the ball back to the Hornets. If nothing else, they're going to try to find their way in field goal range for a game-winning kick.
I expect Coach Horton to start breaking out these timeouts here any second now. Maybe not right now, but closer towards the 1 minute mark, I'd start calling some timeouts because if you let these guys have the last possession, it's not going to be good.
Yeah, if you get a 3rd down here, I think you're right. I think you probably will. Although you're deep enough here, I don't know what kind of field goal situation they have. So here we go. Wilcox, he gets the snap. They're going to run that same little power to the left. The Hornets are going to try to stack it up as Nico trying to run him down. They'll push him out of bounds. And that'll be a gain inside the 20 to the 16-yard line.
Still going to be a 3rd down, though. So
3rd and goal, as that does stop the clock so the Hornets don't have to use a timeout. 1:36 to go. Now these Maumelle fans that are here, we need them to get up and get loud. Clock running, 18 seconds on the play clock. 14 seconds. Now we're going to get down to 10. Wilcox, Hewitt behind him in the pistol. Obvious passing down here. Wilcox getting, he gives it to Hewitt to their left. Hewitt up the middle. He's going to be stacked up and taken down at around the 11.
And Horton takes a timeout.
The Hornets call the timeout with 1:28 to go. And you're going to see Turnage come on the field for a field goal here. It'll be at it's going to be about a 7. Where are we at? The 12? So, yeah, it's going to be about a 29-yarder.
I would say let's use a timeout to ice him here, but I think you might need those 2 timeouts if he does end up making this. So I think you might want to keep those in your pocket.
Yeah, if I'm the Hornets, I'm definitely holding on to that. And I'll tell you, we've seen the Hornets get in there and get a couple of blocks this year, namely in the Robinson game, where Robinson had an opportunity to win that game late, and the Hornets blocked the extra point that sent that game to overtime. So this is obviously a tough kick. He's going to be kicking it from the left hash. He's a right-footed kicker, so he'll be able to push it. But we'll see if the Hornets can get some pressure in there, maybe get a piece of it. Will, didn't we do a playoff game about a year ago that had a blocked field goal late? Didn't that get nominated for a Sully or something? All right, so Turnage out there to kick it. Your holder is Kane Griffin. Remember earlier in the game on a field goal attempt, they rolled a snap back there, cost them points. Let's see if they do it better. He's going to put it down to the 19. It'll be a 29-yard field goal. Turnage, snap, kicks low, kick is up, pushed it right.
Nope, it's
good. That one goes through, and Greenbrier takes a 31-28 lead.
Unfortunate for the Hornets. That defense just tried their heart out right there. Unfortunate that Greenbrier takes the lead. But let's just see if we can't maybe make some magic happen, get in the field goal range at least, and maybe we might send this to overtime.
All right, so as we await the kickoff from Turnage and the Panthers have the lead, first lead since the first quarter.
Jesse Knight and Nico having a conversation with his blockers that are in front of him, maybe trying to set something up.
I think it's probably also a conversation that says if they do try to squib it or kick it short, let it go and let me come get it.
Yeah.
You got Rod up there at the 50.
And it seems like every single time he catches the ball, the coverage goes to the left side, and they have him run it all the way across the field over there. It looks like a set-up play that they have designed.
All right, so Turnage to kick. 1:23 left in this one. Hornets have all two timeouts, sorry. Turnage. He'll kick this one. Jesse's going to get a chance. It's going to bounce, and he'll pick it up at the 19. Now Jesse across the 25, finds a little seam, gets hit hard at the 30. He'll get out to the 31-yard line, and that's where the Hornets will start, make it the 32-yard line. So Hornets will start this possession with 1:19 to go in the ball game, down 31-28.
1:19, 2 timeouts. I mean, that's a lot of time. You still have a lot of versatility as to what you can do. I don't think you're too limited with 1:19 with 2 timeouts. I don't think you're too limited of like what you have to do right here.
So if we're talking about Brookhaven's range, I would say we're probably comfortable from about 30 in, maybe 35.
I would have liked to see like a shovel pass to Jesse Knight, but it doesn't look like that's what's going to happen right here.
They're going to move Knight to the right side as Pierce gets the snap. Now Pierce looking, wants to throw. He'll throw out the little corner route. It's going to be caught by Rod out of bounds. I'm going to say Watts is out of bounds. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. So 1:15 left here. 31-28. Greenbrier leads. And Yancey ready to snap this one as Rod will switch sides here with Dez. Knight will split out wide to the right. I assume he would go in motion. Now Dez up on the line. Knight in motion to the left side. Pierce looking that way, steps up into the pocket, throws it deep. He's got Speck behind the defense. Hunter Speck makes the catch inside the 30. That's a McClarty Nissan first down for the Hornets as they get this one down to the 29-yard line. Now the Hornets have got a shot, 1:07 to go. 31-28, hustle to the ball. You don't have to be in a big hurry here. Take your time. Plenty of time left. Clock's still not starting.
Speck continues to put his imprint on this game. What a huge catch by him.
Now Knight to the right side of Pierce. Pierce gets the snap low, corrals it, looking to his right, wants to throw deep. Now back to the left side to Rogers, throws it over everybody, and a dangerous throw there by Pierce. Whoa, don't want to throw it into that kind of coverage or just chunk it up in the air. I don't like that. Anyway, it's going to be 2nd and 10. Boy, I don't know if your heart's beating as fast as mine is, but man.
I'm a little nervous, and I'm not on the field, so. You know, they had that play where they had Specht almost run out of the halfback position, run out to the right, and just get a little quick out right there. That's what I'd like to see. Maybe do that with Jesse Knight.
Now snap it. Pierce looking. Pierce has got Knight if he wants him. Instead, he'll throw. He got his man open. That's Watts inside the 20, 15. Breaks a tackle. Nice move down to the 12. Now just wrap it up.
Hold on to the ball.
And he does as he'll be pulled down at the 11. It'll be 1st and 10 with 40 seconds to go. And now the timeout, I believe the Hornets may have called a timeout here. And they do. So the Hornets will call their second timeout. 1 timeout left. It's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11. Hornets were down in this position earlier in this quarter, and a fumble by Jason Crawford turned the ball over to Greenbrier, and Greenbrier drove down the field to get the lead on the field goal from Turnage.
You know, this Panther offense, they have the ability to go deep. So I don't know if I want to leave too much time on the clock for them, because they have the ability to just maybe put it right in the field goal range, just like that.
I definitely agree with that, Jake, because you're right. I mean, if you can, obviously perfect scenario is you walk across the goal line as the time expires.
Yeah.
But you're right. That's it. At the very least, you know you're in field goal range. You know you've got an opportunity here to at least try to get this thing to overtime. But right now, I think if I'm Horton, I'm feeding 20.
I agree, but it doesn't look like we have a halfback in the backfield. Looks like we're going to pass it one more time unless we have a QB sneak.
Knight is over there in the slot, so he could come in motion as they're trying to get one more guy on the line here as Rogers moves in. Dez doesn't see it. And now Pierce, he'll get the snap. They are going to roll to the left here as Pierce trying to get around the corner. Now looking, he's just got to throw it up. Oh, no, threw it up in the end zone.
It's intercepted.
Wow. Very much an inadvertent pass there by Pierce. He knows it. And boy. Eli Weaver gets the game-sealing interception for Greenbrier, and Greenbrier is going to survive here in the first round of the 5A playoffs. The one thing you can't do there, and I'm really, really surprised you didn't give that ball to 20. I know they've shut everything down up the middle, but all you needed was a field goal, and that's a scenario. I know Weston's going to learn from that. He's a junior. He's got a whole nother year ahead of him. I know he's going to beat himself up. But that's something you're going to look back on film and go, you know what, throw that ball out of bounds and get to second down.
You know, for anybody watching this broadcast tonight, I don't know if you know this, but, you know, there's a lot of sports that you can play out there, tennis, basketball, whatever, and a lot of those sports you can play later on in life. But for a lot of these players out here on the field tonight, this is going to be the last time that they strap up in those pads and helmets. And so you just got to feel for these guys because they have just played their heart out, and it sucks that their season ends this way. But, you know, that life goes on, and it'll all be okay in the end.
There's the snap. They'll take a knee, and that should do it. They don't have to snap it again as Greenbrier is going to pick up the victory. Greenbrier is going to win this one. Congratulations to the Greenbrier Panthers. A great job by the Panthers to get this victory and move on to the second round. A valiant effort by our Hornets. What a game by the Maumelle Hornets. Nobody gave them much of a chance. Hooten's had them picked to lose by 17 points in this one. And, boy, I think all I can do is go back to that learning how to win, and in that situation you made a bad decision, and it is what it is. Like you said, it's football. These things happen. It's a disappointing finish for our Hornets, a disappointing ending to the season, and I hate it for our seniors. But congratulations to the Greenbrier Panthers for picking up this victory. All right, so we will be back here in just a few minutes with our final stats and scores from around the rest of the state.
You ready for this? Home field advantage is such a huge deal in football, and I think it's a huge deal in the mortgage world too. That's why, we're a local company. We have in-house processing and underwriting, and that enables me to make sure that my customers have a great experience from kickoff to the closing table. That's just what we want to do, is give them a great experience.
With Cornerstone Home Lending, you'll always have the home field advantage. Text DIO to 36260 to get started today.
My name is Brandon Aker. I'm the owner and pharmacist here at Aker Family Pharmacy in Maumelle. So here in our pharmacy, we like to focus on a hyper-personalized relationship with our patients, and that continues into our service sets. So we offer free delivery, curbside vaccinations, as well as custom compounded medications, including extended hours as well. I think you don't know the level of intimacy that you're going to get with your patients until you really get in it, and I can't imagine doing anything else.
Akel's Carpet One is so much more than a flooring store.
Get our waterproof luxury vinyl for only $2.49 a square foot. When we install any hard surface floor, receive a free $100 labor credit for every 200 square feet you buy. When we install your floor, your installation is guaranteed for life, and get free pad and installation on every carpet purchase. Check out our high-quality collection of all-wood cabinets. Get 50% off store-wide and get no interest financing for 36 months.
If you don't love your floor, we'll replace it for free. We make it beautiful for less.
At American Pie Pizza, we use only the best and freshest ingredients to ensure the product we put on your table is at its peak for your enjoyment. Our pizzas are thin crust and considered by some as the best around. And as a locally owned small business, our goal has always been to provide a great product at a great price and give back to our local communities. This is why we are excited to be the host of Hornets Live every Tuesday night during football season. Come see us at 7 p.m. every Tuesday and get the latest scoop on your Hornets while enjoying the best pizza, salads, wings, and sandwiches in Central Arkansas. And don't forget about our daily lunch specials and trivia nights on Thursdays from 7 to 9 p.m. So come see us at 9709 Maumelle Boulevard. Call in your order at 501-758-8800. Order online at www.ampiepizza.com.
You could try selling your car on your own, but that could take forever. McClarty Nissan will pay cash for your car today. That's right, we'll give cash right now for your used vehicle, even if it's not a trade. It's fast, it's easy, and we'll give you a lot more money for your trade than any other dealer. Visit one of McClarty Nissan's 3 locations or at McClartyNissan.com right now. And remember, the reason we pay so much for your used vehicle is because we're the #1 Nissan dealer.
So you know how in the fourth quarter of a football game, when the game's on the line, it actually gets kind of stressful, and that's not how a home loan process should be. When you're a week away from closing, which is the fourth quarter, you shouldn't have stress, and that's what at Cornerstone we want to take away. We want that to be a stress-free experience for you. We want it to be that blowout victory.
Text DIO to 36260 to get started on the home mortgage process today.
All right, welcome back, everybody, as we are here live from Greenbrier for our post-game show. I'm going to look and see if my guy Jim Ashley has shot me some stats yet. If not, we'll go through scores from around the state first. I don't have the stats yet. So, disappointing finish as the Hornets dropped this one late, 31-28. Some scores from around the state. North Little Rock leads Southside 51-7. PA leads Harrison 36-21. Wynn has come back and leads Lakeside 47-34. Magnolia leads Valley View 42-14. Elkins leads Dardanelle 29-23. Arkadelphia over Clinton 50-26. No update since halftime of that Robinson game. Bismarck over Hackett 18-8. Manila over Danville 49-25. Glen Rose over Dollarway 41-12. Camden Harmony Grove 35-29 over Harrisburg. England and Lafayette County headed to overtime tied at 30. Woodlawn and Brinkley leads 22-8. And Mountain Pine, no updates since the half, 56-8. And we'll get through some of these I'm still waiting on that from. So we'll get through some finals here. These are finals. Of course, Little Rock Parkview beats Searcy 52-6. Cabot takes care of Harbor 53-7. Northside beats Bentonville West 47-21. Rogers beats Catholic 51-17. Marion beats Russellville 45-21. Mountain Home beats Sylvan Hills 21-14. Lake Hamilton over West Memphis 41-6. Whitehall does advance as they beat Farmington 31-17. Nettleton over Hot Springs 33-14. Camden Fairview over Green County Tech. Green County Tech over Fairview. 26-21. Camden Fairview over Green County Tech. I'll get it out. Little Rock Christian defeats Valonia 53-29. Prairie Grove over Jonesboro Westside 28-10. Shallow Christian 48-7 over Cave City. And let's see, Star City falls to Batesville Southside 28-24. Ashdown over Lone Oak 35-14. Stuttgart over Monticello 42-7. Pocahontas over Fountain Lake 47-28. Truman over Mena 27-14. Lamar beats Gentry 21-20. Ozark handles Huntsville 48-18. Crossit over Pottsville 49-7. The rest of these scores can be found on FearlessFriday.com's scoreboard as we got a lot of scores to get through. All right. Well, Jake, it was a good time, man. I enjoyed it. Unfortunately, the Hornets come up on the wrong end of this one, and I think we'll probably talk about those final two possessions for the Hornets all the way until next fall.
I can tell you right now that that Pierce is definitely going to be thinking about this all offseason. You know, I hope this drives him to get out there, get better. You know what I mean? There's a lot to look back on this season and look back on with good intentions. You know what I mean? There were some good things that happened this season. You got all the way here. Unfortunately, you run up against an undefeated Greenbrier team that was just their night. You know what I mean? And it sucks that it ends that way, but you know you got to look back on it. It was a good season, and I hope these guys know that going into that locker room.
Yeah, it's a season of, you know, we talked about early on, it was a season of adversity. We didn't have turf until week 5 or 6 of the season. We had to go on the road for 7 of our 10 games this year, now 8 of our 11 games this year. But I think when you look back on this season for these seniors, and you're going to look at a season of really what-ifs, I think, because – you know, we talk about all the close games in the first few weeks of the season, losing 4 games by 14 total points. And then you kind of, you know, you run into a tough little stretch there where you lose to PA and Whitehall pretty handily. But again, a game here where it's been said, we talked about it on the broadcast, a game where, you know, the Hornets have got to learn how to win. Well, I think the juniors and the sophomores on this team are going to feel this loss all the way to next fall. We know what the seniors are going to feel, but the seniors can't do anything about it. But this is a moment. Coach Horton likes to talk about this being a player-led team. He likes to let his players lead, and I think in this situation, you know, he's going to be able to go to some of these guys like Weston Pierce, like a James Whitley, like an Amari Rogers, these juniors that are going to be the nucleus of the team next year, and say, look, we were right there last year. We know we had a great team, but you've now felt what it's like to lose. You know what it's going to take to win. Now you just got to get over that hump and do it. You know,
and when you get so close against an undefeated team, I don't know, I can't remember what they were ranked in the 5A at the right now.
Yeah, number 2.
Like when you have these young guys, when you see how close you were to beating a team on the road, undefeated, in all this adversity against them, and they still got that close with like they were 5 yards away from winning this ball game. You know, I really think they'll take that to heart, and hopefully it drives them till the next season and gives them confidence for next season to say, hey, we can do this. We've been there, we've gotten this close, and now it's time to push it all the way home.
Well, I want to say thanks to our seniors. I know this is going to be their last time be on the field. I know we had senior night, but this is it for them. Max Pace, Ethan Taylor, Caleb Epperson, Nico Davier, Roderick Watts, Hunter Speck, C.J. Murphy, Des Williams. Let's see. I gotta jump a couple here, but Maurice Mosby, John Brookhagen, Jason Crawford, as well as several others here. Jesse Knight and Skylar McClure. Let's see. I'm trying to do this off of memory, so bear with me. Alan Timmons, another senior on this team. Jordan Harrison, a big-time contributor as a senior. Braden Yancey, this entire offensive line. Richard Johnson, as well as Kelby Forte, and Kevin Hamilton, Andrew Chamberlain, Caleb Stroud. I'm sure I've probably missed a senior because I don't have them right in front of me, but I want to say thanks to all of our seniors. It's been a great ride a fun season. We've loved being with you guys. We appreciate Coach Horton for bringing us on and trusting us to be the voice of the Maumelle Hornets, and it's been a great time. So I'm going to get into the stats real quick before we finish this thing up. Obviously, final here from Greenbrier, 31-28. Greenbrier wins it. Maumelle ends the game with a total of 126 yards rushing, 241 through the air. Greenbrier with 228 on the ground. 159 on the ground, 225 through the air. Both teams very even, as you'd know from the scoreboard. 367 total yards for the Hornets, 384 for Greenbrier. Offensively, Weston Pierce leads the way rushing, 2 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown. Crawford, 9 for 45. Knight, 10 for 22. They did a great job of bottling him up tonight. Candler ran 2 times for 2 yards, and Dez 2 times for a yard. Weston ends the game 13 out of 25, 241 yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 very costly picks in this one. Roderick Watts, another great game out of him on his senior night, and we're going to really miss Roderick Watts. 6 catches, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Speck, as you said, was a huge piece of the second half. He ends the game with 5 catches for 92 yards, all in the second half. Dez with a catch for 6, and Jesse with a catch for 4. For Greenbrier, Nick Hewitt leads the way, 18 carries, 78 yards. Wilcox, 21 carries, 53 yards. Spencer, 9 for 29, and McElhaney had 1 for 10. Wilcox, 15 out of 29, 226 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception. And the leading receiver was Mathis with 6 catches for 98 yards. So, again, I want to say congratulations. Can't take anything away from this Greenbrier team. Found themselves down by 2 scores late in the second half, battled back, forced some turnovers, got the momentum back to their side, and then defensively stood up big on 2 big red zone possessions by the Hornets and getting takeaways. So congratulations to Greenbrier. They'll move on. They'll probably be facing Wynn, as I've not that one has gone final, so Wynn has won that game. So Greenbrier will be home again next week, as Wynn will get to travel over here to Greenbrier for a big matchup. So, Jake, what'd you think, man, of your first experience?
Man, this was just an electric atmosphere. It was just a great game all around. You know, you got to give it to the Panthers. They're undefeated for a reason. You know what I mean? You don't go this far into the season undefeated without having a good squad over there. You know, and Maumelle showed that they can go they could have gone toe to toe with basically anybody in the 5A just by standing these guys up and almost winning this ball game. You know, it sucks to have the season in this way, but you know, like you said, you can't take anything away from the Panthers. And I just want to give a special thanks to Steve here and everybody at the Natural State Broadcasting Group. I really appreciate you guys letting me on, and I had a great time tonight.
Well, we appreciate you joining us, and it's been a blast. You did a great job, man. I appreciate it. All right, let me get through some house cleaning here. Number 1, obviously no Hornets Live on Tuesday. We talked about that. You know why? Because there's a basketball game on Tuesday, and I am excited for it. I don't know if you don't know this. Nico has decided to play basketball. So while his time on the gridiron is done, we get to see Nico, the point guard Davier, playing some basketball this year. And I don't know if he'll be out there with us Tuesday, but I know he'll be out there with us soon, and looking forward to that. A couple other guys, Jordan Harrison and Roderick Watts, will also be playing basketball for the Hornets this year. Official sponsor of the Hornets, Cornerstone Home Lending. Please text DO to 36260 to get your home buying process started today. Our weekly coaches show, which will pick up again on November 30th. We're going to have a special show for you on Tuesday, November 30th. It'll be our last Football Hornets Live. But be sure between now and then to go see our friends at American Pie Pizza, located at 9709 Maumelle Boulevard, or you can order online at ampiepizza.com. Our penalty flags are brought to you by PI Roofing. Nobody guarantees quality more than we do. Currently offering 50% off custom gutters and gutter covers. Call 501-707-3542 to get more info. Halftime and replay sponsors are Akel's Wholesale. And fourth quarter sponsor, Acre Family Pharmacy, your local hometown pharmacy. Visit them at 1900 Club Manor Drive, Suite 101, or online at www.acrepharmacy.com. And Akel's Wholesale, give them a call, 501-753-6616 for all of your home improvement needs today. Our Good Hands Catch of the Game, Brooke Brolo Insurance Agency is your Maumelle Hornet All-State Insurance Agent. Call 501-945-0899 to get a quote today. And then our touchdown sponsor is Brooks Insurance Agency of Maumelle, your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs in Maumelle. Call 501-734-8186 to get a quote today. And, of course, we cannot forget our friends at McClarty Nissan for sponsoring our first downs. Once again, this is going to be it for Hornets football for the season. Disappointing finish, but we've got basketball coming up next week. We will have 3 broadcasts for you for basketball. Tuesday night against El Dorado, Thursday night against an opponent to be determined, and then Saturday night, one of the best teams in the entire country will be in Maumelle. The North Little Rock Charging Wildcats will be facing off with our Maumelle Hornets in what should be one heck of a fun ball game. Looking forward to that one. That's going to do it for us. Football season comes to a close. Thank you to everybody who joined us. Thanks to all our sponsors. We appreciate you all. Special thanks to our camera folks. Kristen, Matt, you guys did a great job braving the cold out there. Will, thanks so much, man, for all you do behind the screens. Thanks for the thumbs up. I know you want me to shut up and stop talking. Jake, appreciate you. Again, for everybody here at Natural State Sports, that's going to do it for us. We'll see you Tuesday. Go Hornets.